I have made a mess. And I'm currently cleaning it up. Because that's what I do. I clean up messes.
Such a good start to a video.
I clean up messes while everyone else laughs at me. Because that's what these guys do. There's no support. I thought I had a team behind me. I don't have a team.
Are we seriously live?
Team!
Are we seriously live?
Team
yeah?
Mock Usman. Yeah, I think we're live. I can't trust. I don't know, man. Let me find out. Let me go on my phone.
We are live.
We are live. Okay. Hello and welcome to another live stream where I have delayed another one. This time it's definitely my fault.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, normally I can, I can shift the blame one way or another, but like it was Ray.
I was
What
already
did you do?
chatting to them saying what happened.
And then you had to put me on the spot, showing everyone and the world and their mums and grandmas and everyone that I'm there scrubbing away.
Yeah, guys. Hello from me. We sorry, apologize again. We've been late, but Usman need to moisturize his face, his hands, and all other parts. He just bought a nice shea butter moisturizer to moisturize all the stuff because he's a bone dry. So
He's a what?
What?
A what?
a dry. A dry. Why are you moisturizing it if you're not a dry?
Listen, man, look. You try. Oh my god, this guy's skin flaky as hell, man. What did I do? Did I just drop my cigar? Oh, for God's sakes. It's too fat, isn't it?
You've killed Ray. You've killed Ray.
Right, let's have a little bit of professionalism today. Ray, you've gone purple. Anyway, put the camera back on me. Ray needs a moment. I think Ray needs a few moments.
Literally.
Ray, how you feeling? You feel good now?
Where's our commenters at?
Oh.
Say hello, guys. Come on.
Come on, start talking your stuff.
Hey, what's up with the what's up with the thumbnail? I thought I changed that.
I haven't done anything.
No, that sucks. Someone picked the wrong cigar. I didn't pick the wrong cigar, man. I know exactly what cigar I should have picked.
Oh, wait, have you got chat?
Got some chat, yeah.
I haven't got any chat.
Man, no one wants to talk to you.
Okay. Well, you carry on.
I will carry on.
Who are we sponsored by us, man?
I have chat as well.
Have you got chat as well? Okay, let's get straight into this video and act like we're people who know what we're doing. Hello.
We have chat. There's chat.
Welcome to... Shut up, Alex. Hello. I'm so polite. Hello and welcome back to another live stream. Today we're going to be discussing the Habanos World Days event for this year, 2021. It's happening right now, not as we speak, but it's live. And we just kind of visited the first conference, didn't we? And lots of things to talk about. Shut up, Ray. Stop laughing. We had lots of things to talk about. A couple of things that I don't know whether I should share or not. Oh my God, I'm with clearly these guys. They've broken. Keep the you're laughing as well. Keep the camera off that guy. Why is he pointing at him for? Oh my God. Over here. So, what was I saying? I don't even know.
Who are we sponsored by?
Oh yeah, we're sponsored by Monte Fortuna. Monte Fortuna Cigars, company based in Europe. They sell cigars from Cuba and from the New World. Lots of different selections. Huge range, huge selection. I haven't got words. I don't know. These guys are throwing me off, guy. Okay, I don't know. I give up. This should be on a bloopers reel, but this is live, so we don't even have a bloopers reel. We've just got Ray. Ray. Just light your cigar, man. You can't even do that.
He's totally gone.
I grew a beard for this shit. Look at this. Just breathe, Ray. Just breathe.
When Ray can't light his cigar, you're in trouble.
His hands are getting numb.
Oh,
He can't reach.
telling people what you're smoking.
No. So, sponsor. Monte Fortuna cigars.
I'll bring you back up
Yes,
there we
because you know we gotta do it properly. You guys keep throwing me off. So Monte Fortuna cigars, they've got a huge range of cigars available, both Cubans, non-Cubans, stuff that you're interested in, obviously, because over here we're all interested in smoking cigars. That's what we're talking about, the cigar world. So Monte Fortuna cigars, huge thank you to them for supporting our YouTube live streams. Make sure you check them out. There's a link below that goes straight to their website. So yeah, please do check them out. And yeah, I think that's done, right? Let's start talking about what we want to talk about, which is the Habanos World Days event for 2021. This year, bunch of things have happened, and a couple of things I don't think I'm allowed to say. Ray, do you think I'm allowed to say it? Do you think I should say it?
Mm.
We're gonna say it. I guess we're gonna say it. We're probably gonna be in trouble, but it's cool. We're gonna say it anyway. Alex has forbidden me from saying it. He said, he said, please don't say it because we're gonna lose all reputation within the industry. Everyone's
Where
gonna
cigar runs, mate.
with
What
cigar.
I can't say is the comeback that I want to say.
What?
No,
Just say it.
no, I can't.
Stop being a bench man.
No, I really can't.
Okay. Okay.
Tell the people what you're smoking. We see what we're drinking. You're drinking a compote again, which is
What's a compote?
compote. You know what's compote?
Like
It's a
yogurt.
fruits with water and sugar. So you don't use fruits, you use tea leaves with milk and sugar. It's a compote.
That's vastly different, mate. Where's my lighter, man? Alex, can I have one of my lighters, please?
They're both there.
I know, but these.
So until he's looking for the
I need a
lighter,
jet.
There's a jet there.
It's not a jet.
I'm smoking
The green one's there.
It's not a
Viaje.
jet. I changed it.
Viaje 10 plus 2.
No one can see that, right? There we go. There it is. Oh. There we go.
Yeah?
Yeah, close enough.
See, with my camera, when I want it to focus, it just focuses.
Yeah, now it's focused.
There we go. So we've got some new commenters in the chat tonight.
Oh, do we? Welcome to the channel. I apologize for Ray and
We've got,
Alex.
We've got Luke Skywalker
Oh,
and Scott
It's a
Hawken.
Star Wars day today.
may the 4th be with you. Nah, man, it's Habanos World Days.
We've got Michael Johnson, Dr. Nat.
Michael
doctor.
Johnson, he was athletic guy.
I don't
that's
care,
Michael
man.
Jordan.
So anyway, the
Michael
cigar that I'm...
Johnson is the fastest man in 400 meters.
Seriously, I can't talk about my cigar. You want to talk about your cigar? I can't talk about mine.
Mine is Viaje, some limited edition, very strong stick. We're named 10 plus 2.5 anniversary.
Alex, what are you smoking?
Corojo all the way. That's it.
What am I smoking? I'm smoking one of my favorites, Cuaba Distinguidos. You really can't go wrong with this cigar, man. Ray's always complaining about this cigar, but he doesn't know, man. He doesn't know. So Ray, why don't you like Cuaba? Is it because you had 2 plug cigars?
I never say I don't like Quaba.
Oh yeah. No, you like Cuaba, but you had plug cigars on a couple of occasions.
Never.
Never?
Never.
So why you lied to me then?
I never told you that.
You told me that.
I told you it's risky. Quaba is risky because it could be plugged, but
Man,
I haven't.
I've had boxes upon boxes. The only problem I've had with Cuaba is a loose straw on 2 occasions. That's the only thing I've had with Cuaba. Other than that, I haven't had any problems when it comes to no, burn wise. Burn wise is a bit crooked, man.
Agree. Last time in London when we all smoked Quaba, my burn wasn't alright. Start alright, but flaky. The draw, maybe I need more resistance on
Yeah,
the draw. It was slightly
Was it a
light.
bit loose?
Yeah, loose.
See,
Exactly.
that's what I mean. When you get Cuabas, sometimes there's a risk of getting a loose straw, but that's why you got to pick out the ones that have like a proper deep, like a heavy pack, like this one does. And then when you get that,
My cigar is very strong.
I've definitely got the best cigar in the group today.
No, you know.
Yeah, I do.
No way to me picking up that Quaba instead of that Viaje.
No way am I going to pick up that because that's way too strong.
But it's
So-
tasty.
So what are we talking about?
Habanos World Days, man. The big event, it's here. Damie's been going on about this event for a while now. Damie, by the way, is the head of marketing at Habanos. So she's been sending me a bunch of stuff like, are you sure you logged in? I'm like, I'm sure I'm logged in. I know what I'm doing when I press the button. I was late anyway. And yeah, a whole bunch of stuff has been released and announced and talked about, and a couple of things that we probably shouldn't say, but we're probably going to say anyway, because I don't think anyone serious watches our videos, do they?
Even if they watch it, I don't bother.
Yeah, who cares?
We're cigarans. We have our opinion. We're not dependent on anyone. I don't mind
Besides-
people send me cigars, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna start talking only beautiful stuff for them. We're real.
Yeah, you might be, I'm not. Listen, send me cigars, man, I'll talk shit. I'm kidding. So, Habanos World Days. We've got a bunch of new Cohibas. What do you think about the new Cohiba cigars? The
What I'm
55th
thinking,
The 55th anniversary. I can't speak.
I'm hoping we're gonna manage to see them until the 60th anniversary.
That's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah,
Takes forever.
we're not gonna see them in the 5 years, yeah. I know.
What was that last cigar that you said came out 3 years ago? Still isn't out yet.
Yeah, one of the, I think that Amber. The Amber, I think,
Yeah,
was a
limited
limited edition, like
Yeah.
different
But
name.
the
But
limited edition hasn't even come out yet.
I think been released few years ago. Well, officially been presented. I don't know, it's been released. Well, you see the Novedosos being released, what, 2 years ago? Still can't find any of that. So I reckon that,
You can't buy it. Biggest retailer in the country, you can't buy it. Biggest retailers in Europe, you can't buy them.
you can't get them. They don't have them.
Exactly. No one's got the Novodosos. Everyone's been going on about it for the last few years. Still, no one's got them.
Yeah. Same thing will happen with
So
the...
what's causing this? You know, what's the problem with like these cigars? They announced them,
They want to have a demand, in my opinion.
but the demand's there.
So yeah, but if the people craving about that cigar, you know, they say, especially collectors start thinking, okay, I want that cigar. Start ringing all his friends and say, okay, when you have that cigar in your shop, let me know. When you have that box in your shop, let me know. And in the same moment, like he called 20 shops or whatever, and all that people call to Habanos and say, okay, I have 20 customers waiting for them. I want them. So next time when you release some, I want 20 boxes or something. That's make Habanos to be like, you know, even if they produce dog shit cigars, they still can be able to sell them because people even didn't try them. I tried the Novedosos very accidentally. I wasn't impressed
You
at
didn't
all.
like it, did you?
7 times need to relight
But
the
you
cigar.
like the LCDH cigars, though.
I like it all, but I told you earlier, the Novedosos is the worst LCGH for me.
Is that like the worst on the basis that it's still good, but the worst?
No, I need to relight the cigar 7 times.
Okay, aside from the relighting, what's the flavor like?
I don't know.
Oh,
Charcoal.
you don't know.
Charcoal. You basically every time, you know, I always like to say if you relight your cigar more than twice,
It just turns to charcoal, yeah.
it does just overburn the stuff. And yeah. So I reckon the new Cohiba, what they released they presented, they not released it yet, but they present the Amber, which will be new line, completely new for Cohiba. I didn't get to the point to release them.
You just like a thicker
Maybe
engaged Robusto, and I think I like the idea of that. You know,
Well,
5
you
by
have
53.
you have a standard Robusto, which is pretty much one of the best Cohiba over there. It's a
Yeah.
Cohiba 5x50 standard
Yeah,
Robusto.
but here's what's going to happen though. People are going to start shifting over to the 53 ring gauge Robusto and start collecting them more than the normal Robustos. Because that's going to become the more popular option. And the standard Robusto, people are only going to get them if they're like super, super aged.
And you wanna tell me that people who collect Cohiba, they will want that fat Robusto, because you have that fat Robusto in Romeo and Julieta.
Yeah, but
you have it
but it's
in
not a Cohiba.
Up.
But it's not a
Yeah,
Cohiba.
that's what I mean. If you
Yeah, of
mean
course.
that's why Cohiba released it
Yeah.
that size, because people might want to buy it, and
Yeah.
it's a box of 10, which is weird as well.
And not for
So-
Cohiba. Cohiba, they always make boxes of 10s in most cases.
Yeah, but they have boxes of big amounts, especially
Yeah,
the
for
normal
Robustos, yeah,
releases.
yeah.
So if you have limited editions, usually they're
With box of 10s.
10 or 15 if they're Grand Reserves, etc. But if you have a normal line, you know, linear line like Siglo 1 to 5,
They all come in 10s or 6
they,
or
they
25s.
come in a big boxes as well. So
Mm.
what's the point releasing only boxes of 10 if that's your normal line, you know, standard line, not premium like few of the others. So
But maybe that's what's going to cause it to become a more collectible cigar. Because what's the trend? The trend is leaning towards thicker ring gauge cigars, right? That's been happening over the last like 10 years.
well, Cuba moving in that direction.
Exactly. Cuba's been moving in that direction for a long time because the US markets have been moving in that direction, and the US markets have been kind of directly impacting the perception of people in the rest of the world.
You know, you mentioned US market.
Yeah.
I used to think the last 2-3 years they move slightly down from the ring sizes. In my opinion, the most popular cigar is Toro, which is what,
Which is still-
52, 54.
Yeah,
There was a demand like 5 years ago, probably, when everyone wants to smoke 60, you know, the gold, or even more than 60, 70, or even crazy 80 or something. But now I think the people keep it down to the Toro size, which for a slow smoker, decent cigar, I smoked last night Toro 2.5 hours. Few days ago, another Toro 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I'm a slow smoker. That is a Toro. I reckon that will end up by, you know, to the end of the show tonight. So I just lit it. Probably will go more than 2 hours and a half in smoking. That's a Toro
This
size.
will last me about 2 hours easy. And this is not even that. What is it? 6 and 3
Well,
3/8.
it's if you take off the weird Vito, it's a Toro basically. Well, the widest part is
No,
50.
it's like what?
50.
It's a 6 in terms of smokable length. It's about just under 6 inches in terms of smokable length.
Is he under that? Is that
6
the
3/8. So it's 6 3/8 of an inch long. But when you take away the actual fact that
You don't take it. Anyway, you smoke it.
yeah, but
I would say it's if you compare to the Parejo Vito, straight Vito, it's pretty much Toro size.
I don't know. I'd say it's more of a. I don't know. More like a bellicoso type length.
Theoretically, Bellicoso is a Toro, a part of the pointy head. It's 6x52. 5 and what?
5.5.
5.5, 5 3/4, 6x52. That's
guess so,
pretty
yeah.
much same size.
I guess.
But yeah, that new Amber Cohiba, interesting. It's a completely different stuff. I think that's one of the newest. Not newest, my bad. I think that's one of the rare occasions to see Cohiba actually release
A new
normal
line,
release,
yes.
new line. Which last one was what?
Last one was the Medio Siglo.
Major Sigil 2015.
I think so.
2015, so 7 years later.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
the Medio
a huge
Siglo is a
gap.
great cigar, but it didn't hit the market with the same amount of
It
popularity.
didn't hit me as well.
No.
I didn't see the point of releasing Medio Siglo.
I
If you
love
have the Siglos, you have the Robusto.
Yeah, but I love the Medio Siglo. Do you know what? It's just it's got all of the flavors, but it doesn't take forever to smoke. You know, sometimes when you just want like a really good, not massively long smoke, but you
Siglo
want
2.
no, but you want something that has the ring gauge of a Siglo 6.
Siglo 6, yeah, I don't know. I personally
Plus,
never,
it's like
I never,
half the price of a Siglo 6.
I never bought for Medio Siglo.
Oh, I bought boxes of them, man. I bought literal boxes of them. I love them. They're freaking awesome in my book. But I get why people. You know how you're like saying I don't rate it because of the fact that there's a Siglo 1 and there's a Siglo 6. If I want a short smoke, I've got a Siglo 1. If I want a long smoke, I've got a Siglo 6. So I get that, completely get that, and I think most people who have that perspective, they're probably right. They're correct. But then I pick up a Medio Siglo, I'm like, still quite nice, still really nice. I still enjoy it. Alex, you've been a bit quiet. What's going on?
Some comments.
Stop being nosy, man.
Augustus or Augustus?
Augustus.
Augustus Gloop.
I knew you were gonna say that. This bench would.
That way of saying it is embedded in my brain.
Sorry,
It's pointing
Augustus.
out that 50% of Cohiba's value is their brand.
Yeah, but that's with most luxury brands, right? Most luxury brands are based on the fact that it's perception. It's got nothing. It's got very little to do with the actual product itself. You think Estée Dupont is worth the price of what it is? Probably not. But the brand value is. The brand perception is.
Yeah, but why? I still don't get it. Why Habanos wants Cohiba to be their premium line if it's not the best one?
But they
Because
don't want it at the
all
premium line.
most of the decent people, which I know which they smoke predominantly Cuban cigars, they're not fan of Cohiba.
Same here.
They're not fans of Cohiba.
Yeah.
We're not talking about price wise. So people which can afford to smoke whatever they want, they're not fan of Cohiba. They find them acidity, green, even that green
Little bit
taste,
grassy.
grassy.
Yeah,
They found them that way. Many people prefer to smoke Bolivars,
Trinidad.
Partagas, Trinidad.
Most people that
Exactly.
most people that want that premium Cuban taste, they go for Trinidad.
So where is that premium that came from then? The Bejique? Because
Well,
the Bejique is
no,
part
no,
of
it's-
Cohiba.
It's the perception, isn't it? See, it doesn't matter if the product isn't the best. Because most people don't know Trinidad, but they've heard of, like, non-Cuban, non-cigar smokers. I know non-cigar smokers that have heard of Cohiba, but they would have never heard of Trinidad. If I say Trinidad to them, they'll think of the country.
Yeah, but is it not that wrong perception of the Habanos to proclaim that's their more famous brand? It's probably famous, but is it lost in time? You know, they don't have that.
It might be lost in time, but we don't necessarily always control the perception of the market, right? Sometimes you just ride along with it. If the market perception is that the Cohiba is the biggest, most, premium brand, ride those coattails.
I think Behike and a few of the
Behike
limited,
does. Oh, hell
all the limited editions Cohiba keep the Cohiba up there.
Aged Cohibas, amazing. The Behikas,
Well, aged cigars are all Cuban aged.
yeah,
are
but
decent.
in general. But it's the aged Cohibas that really hold their price, right?
Well, aged Trinidad's as well, not far away.
Yeah, they are pretty pricey.
Old Bolivars,
Ooh.
that's the more collectible than Cohibas, the Bolivars.
Aged Trinidad's though. Ooh.
So we're not talking for age.
fair
I mean, Behike, Supremos, Talisman, Pyramides. That's what keep Cohiba over there, in my opinion. If they don't have that premium lines, Cohiba will be not even probably half. Even if it wasn't Behike, it won't be over half of the famous. The fame we have now.
Yeah, but here's the other thing though. The demand for Cohibas is really strong, constantly.
Well, why is that demand if this people accept they're not the best cigars?
I don't know. I mean, maybe not everyone. Maybe
Because maybe all the people buying that boxes don't have no idea what they're smoking.
No. Maybe it's the fact that the general, because you've got, like, for example, Alex, in photography, right? You've got people on the really high end level of photography who are professionals who don't particularly care about gear but know a lot about the actual subject matter, but don't really fall into the trap of this, that, and whatever. And then you have regular people who kind of like just go for the brands and stuff like that.
But to take the same analogy, and as username has.
Hey, username, nice to see you again.
Take Hasselblad, Leica, or Canon, perhaps. They're all synonymous with the camera industry. Anyone who doesn't know about cameras will pick one of those three at some point. And as user or username has pointed out, Cohiba is synonymous with cigars, right? Would you not think so? I mean, I know non-cigar smokers who pointed out Cohiba as a name.
I know
because everyone buy Cohiba from the beach.
Yeah.
When you go in Cuba, you buy Cohiba from the beach.
No, it's not even just that. It's not even just that. It's like, so, it's that when you go to a wedding, for example, when you go to a wedding and you've got someone who smokes cigars and they bring cigars to the wedding and they give them out and they give out Cohibas and they're like, oh, these are Cohibas. It's like, oh, whatever, this and that. And it's one of those things that kind of builds that perception. In the photography industry, people who aren't even photographers can know about companies like Leica.
I mean, like that Business Insider video, right?
Mm.
They use Cohibas.
Exactly.
It's the go-to.
Like the Business Insider video with and they were like, why are cigars so expensive? They use Cohibas as a measuring tool.
Their thumbnail was Cohiba.
Okay,
Esplendido.
I'm thinking, because when you look at Cohiba on the picture or anything, is it way recognizable because of the colors and the band?
It is bright.
So yesterday in one of the groups, a guy posted a picture of some Nicaraguan or Honduras Juliani, and he said, "Oh, I'm smoking nice Romeo and Julieta." And I mentioned on the bottom, I make him a comment, say, "That's not Romeo and Julieta. That's a Juliani, which is not even Cuban cigar." Oh, that's what That's what they tell me. So the guy is a new smoker. Doesn't blame him. He don't know what he's smoking.
Fair enough.
But Cohiba, you can't mistake Cohiba.
No.
You see from far away, even if it's fake, you see the yellow shiny.
And black. Yeah, and the shiny with the Tanio sign.
All the shiny.
And
So-
wait. Look at Monte Cristo's band compared to Cohiba band. Monte Cristo, one of the most famous brands in the world, right? For cigars.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, one of them. And look at the brand. So plain,
Yeah.
but Cohiba stands out.
Yeah, because it's marketing, maybe, that yellowish.
Yellow's bright.
And it's bright. And that's
Yellow's a
why
warm feeling.
if you
It's a happy
wanna
feeling.
put someone on the movie or on some material, some documentary, you put them with the Cohiba because it's visible that's a Cuban cigar. If it's not Cohiba, now you're smoking from here, that Cohiba can look like it's
It can be
Cuaba,
anything.
but it's at least 3 or 4 different New World branches which have similar bands as a related of the color.
The
and
red and gold, it kind of blends in.
yeah, but if you share it like that, no one will smoke cigar like that. Look at me.
No,
I'm
no, but what I
smoking.
mean is the red and gold, it blends in.
Lawrence Gill just Gill. I've never actually known how to pronounce your surname, Lawrence. Has just pointed out that Piers Morgan recently posted a picture of himself smoking a Cohiba.
There you go. I mean, he's not someone who's a cigar smoker, I presume, but he's like, oh yeah, I'm smoking a Cohiba, ain't it, bro? It's one of them ones. I'm sorry, really. I apologize.
Piers Morgan talk like that.
I really want to hear Piers Morgan talk like
Okay, Cohiba. Yeah, Cohiba. It's we can carry on ranting on Cohiba for a long time.
But we're not ranting. We're discussing.
Yeah,
we're discussing.
Let's talk about the other 2 Cohibas they release.
Yeah. Well, there's a Partagas, there's a Romeo and Julieta. There was a.
Well, they released 3 Cohibas.
Yeah.
One of them is 55 anniversary.
That's gonna be so expensive.
In a book.
Listen, guys, I don't think we're ever gonna be able to afford that one, and I don't think, Damie, if you're watching, hook me up, man.
You see the 50th anniversary, which is what 200? No, two. How many? How much is the 50th?
I don't know, man. But the humidor's like 20K or something stupid. 10K.
Yeah, 10 cigars. What's it? 20 cigars. So
like
presumably like £1,000.
£1,000 a cigar.
It's not gonna be 1,000 because the humidor worth a lot.
Yeah,
so
but
let's
still.
say 500.
Yeah.
So 55 will be probably released.
No, I remember in the UK it was like £800 a cigar.
Okay, yeah. So the 55th anniversary, which will be released probably next 2 years some point, will be probably more expensive than that because will be only 3,000 if I'm not mistaken made. As well, everyone wants a box. Chinese market grow up, wants some stuff. And
by the way, can I just stop there? That cigar smells terrible. What is that?
Smell terrible. I like how it
You like that smell?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's the alcohol.
Have you charred it or something? No, you haven't. Yeah, you haven't.
You sure it's not my cigar smell terrible?
No, your cigar smells alright. I think I just got a whiff of Alex's. Sorry, Alex. I didn't mean to put you on top there.
Smells alright to me.
Does it?
Yeah. Smell
What am I
right.
smelling then?
Your compote.
It's my freaking butter,
Your
isn't it?
compote. Yeah, your butter. Your shea butter. Your face is all over the
It's
shea.
melting. So, by the way, just for reference, okay, I bought a moisturizer because
Ooh, moisturizing.
oh my god, oh wow, I bought a moisturizer because I don't want to have dry skin, because seriously, none of you guys like.
I'm making fun of him because I'm not comfortable enough in my own sexuality to be a man that moisturizes.
How has that got anything to do with sexuality? Like, dry skin is itchy as hell, especially in the winter, man. Just walking around itching yourself. You flaky motherfuckers. Shut up, Ray. Don't judge me, okay?
No.
So I bought some moisturizer, right? Because I thought, oh yeah, I don't want to my hands get dry in the cold. It's not comfortable. It kind of hurts. Let me make sure that doesn't happen. This guy's like, oh yeah, I don't buy cosmetics. Yeah, like I'm here with freaking rouge in it. Shut up, commenters. Leave me alone, okay? I know you guys are gonna freaking have a go at me.
There's a Photoshop in there.
Is there?
I'm working on it.
Just put it on the screen.
Anyway.
Spot the difference. So what was it?
What else would be released?
We've got 3 Cohibas in total.
We've got 3
right?
Cohibas.
So the first one is the
Amber. Amber.
Yeah. Damie sent me like a whole freaking press release with all the pictures.
Yeah, I have it as well.
You got it as well, right?
Yeah.
And I had a look at it and I was like, it's too many in
Amber,
one day, man.
if I'm not mistaken, Amber is a nectar. In my memory, if that's came in proper. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think Amber mean nectar, which, but Amber, you have the 55th anniversary and you have the middle one, which is the weird size 7-inch by 50.
What the hell is going on with that one?
Yeah, I don't get something. So you're going up into the ring gauges, something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 7 by 6. So you're going up in the sizes, you're going up in the ring gauges, and you always raving that you don't have amount of tobacco even for the current production. Where the tobacco coming from for that production then? Exactly. So the demand is bigger.
The whole time they've been saying we can't make a bigger Behike cigar. because
Let's not
Excellent.
keep the
But
Behique.
let's just say- let's
The
just say-
Behique,
let's just say.
they use special leaf there, which
True,
tend
true.
to use
It's just the
more
top leaves,
fermentation.
which are like,
Yeah, and need to ferment it more, and it's
okay,
complicated.
fair enough. That's a
But
bad point.
there
That's
is
a bad point.
no, you can't find Siglo 6, you can't find some cigars which are normal release, you can't find them because you don't have a amount to produce them.
Shut up, Alex.
And now you start
Shut
getting
up,
bigger
Alex.
and bigger ring gauges. Instead of produce one cigar with big ring gauge, in my opinion, or two, you produce two Behique, two Cohibas which are far bigger than the normal releases. You produce, the Grand Reserve E2, it's not going to be new produced. It's been produced 5-6 years ago, so you're not taking that. You produce a white Edmundo, which is a Monte Edmundo, which will be available in tubes as well.
I'm so excited to try that
Which
one.
look, I'm gonna mention one of our listeners actually give me a great example. That will look like straight coming from the beach in Mexico with that yellow band. It's yellow band, looking like fake cigar from ages. It's not
Don't
fake,
smoke that
obviously,
in public.
but it's look. Even if someone that missed that event by something, it's been not available and seen that white Montes in the shops in 5 months, say, what is that? Why ugly yellow thing?
I don't know, man. Rafa, if you're watching this, can you hook us up with some limited editions? I know you got connections, man.
And I don't get something. I was thinking today and say, usually when the country release something, especially if it's a country related company like Habanos, they release something, usually they put the colors of the flag of the country, the national colors. Why Habanos so much care about the yellow color, man?
It is historical, isn't it? It's a historical thing.
Where?
I don't know.
Where they have yellow in their flags or anything? They don't have yellow.
Castro.
Castro
He liked
and
yellow,
yellow.
innit?
Where? We seen him
I
in yellow.
don't know, man.
You like green.
He just wore green, yeah.
Why yellow? Where the yellow come from? It's symbolic. Usually it's a symbolic, coming from the history. Where
that's
the
a very
yellow
good
come
point.
from? And now you have the Monte weird. You have the yellow Monte tubes for a while. Now you have the weird, extra bright yellow into
Remember the Monte Humidor, the Supremos with the yellow Humidor?
Yeah.
That looked nice though. That looked really nice. But this one, it looks.
I
a
didn't
bit-
say it doesn't look nice. It's
What do you
all the yellow, but it's
Oh, no, this one. Sorry, Ray.
and white Monte, interesting. I don't see the point. If
No.
I
I'm
will carry
looking
on buying white Churchills.
No, I'm looking forward to the wide Monty. I want to compare that to the wide Churchill. I mean, I'm gonna have to get 2 young cigars to do that comparison, which is gonna be a bit tricky in some. No, actually, no, it shouldn't be tricky because there are loads of wide Churchills that are young, right? Yeah, they're easy to get. So, I'm looking forward to doing that comparison. Is that a standard line though?
Yes,
Standard
that
production.
will be standard production.
Okay. But that's gonna be like 2 years before it gets to the shelves. Easy.
I think that will be the first cigar coming actually to the shelves from every other releases. That will be the first one.
Cohiba's gonna be last.
That will be the cheapest one, in my opinion. And will come in first.
28 in the UK.
Or 28.
£28 in the UK, you think? No, I'm going to say £30. Easy
No, it
30.
will be less. That will be in a Monte usually and slightly cheaper than the Romeo and Julieta. Slightly cheaper. If you compare same Vitola, slightly cheaper. And I reckon will be, I don't know, 25, 26 pounds UK retail. Maybe, we'll see. What else they release? They release the limited editions.
Yes.
Edition Limitada 21.
Yes.
Trinidad.
Cohiba.
Cohiba, Trinidad. And
Which was the Trinidad? I missed the Trinidad.
And what they released? What
No.
was the third
Tell
one?
me about the Trinidad. I missed the Trinidad. Which one was that?
No, Trinidad, Bolivar. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Then
Bolivar.
I definitely didn't miss
Yeah,
anything.
you didn't miss it. Bolivar.
Okay.
So not Trinidad, my bad. Bolivar, which will be Fat Robusto again.
Basically, yeah.
Something
They're
like
going
that.
for very standard, like basic sizes with a lot of the cigars at the moment. You're just making them fatter.
I think they will do the weird Vitolas into the regional editions again. Usually, the last few years you've seen
But no,
Lanceros.
these
you've
standard,
seen
these new standard production cigars, they're all, it's like the same cigar but just fatter. I'm not complaining. I mean, I am complaining in some sense, but by the way, this is straight out the blue. What's the audio like? Anyone commenting on the audio? No. Hey, that's good. Okay, for once we got the audio right.
And
Thanks, Alex.
what was the last Hoyo de Monterrey Monte number 4 or something?
Something funny. Yeah. I
Number
couldn't
4,
pronounce
which is nothing comparable to any of the Cuban Vitolas number 4. It's far bigger than number 4, standard number 4. And again, that would be edition
So
limitada.
is there a number 3, a number 2, and number 1 for Monty? No, I mean Hoyo de Montre. Not that I can think of.
No, I can think of as well.
I can't think of it.
Hoyo don't have that numbers in there.
So are
they
they,
have,
making are they making a line? Do you think they're making a series?
I have no idea. Well, if it's edition limitada now, the next one will not gonna be in the next year. Definitely, they will need at least 5, 6. So the Bolivar was what 2014, the last edition limitada. The last Hoyo was 2016.
I don't think so.
I can't remember now, but
Monty was 2016. Romeo Julieta was 20.
so they're not gonna make them in a row every year. That, even if they decide to go on number 1, number 2, 3, 5, and stuff, it will take 20 years to go that line. I don't know why they picked that number 4. Maybe it's some usually what the Cubans they bring it back the old books, old Vitoas in some point.
Oh yeah.
And maybe someone do that as a project in the past. Some famous guy from the Cuba, they decide to resurrect that Vitoa and
Maybe
bring
there was
it
a
back.
popular cigar that they thought, oh, this might be good to bring back.
I'm not sure because in the past there's not much of a fat Vitoas in the past. You know,
But
not many.
Yeah, no, they were all thin.
Yeah, so who
that
knows?
that was the whole
Who knows?
idea of Cuban cigars, which is that they're thin and.
Let's wait until next few days when they give more information about it and see what exactly what is the idea. We just have the names and the pictures on the cigars so far.
We do, yeah. So we haven't even seen the actual cigars, though. We've just seen the marketing.
That's what everyone's seeing today.
We've literally just seen the marketing. We haven't seen anything of substance.
I think
There's that big, massive humidor that's probably going to sell for like 2 million or something stupid.
from all that cigars being released today, being presented today, I think the Monte will be the first one hitting the market. Probably the next one will be Gran Reserva E2 because they already been made. They just need to dual band them, maybe, and etc. And then we might see some of the Cohiba actually hitting the market.
I don't know, man. We're still waiting for the Novedosos. Can you drop,
Well, the Amber it's a normal release.
Yeah, but
I
Cohibas
think
take
Amber
forever.
will come up there. Maybe if we're lucky next year, we might get some of the edition limitadas, the Bolivar and the
Mate,
Hoyo.
drop the LCDH first, man. Stop like announcing new stuff when you haven't even released the first ones.
But LCDH is a normal release, it's not limited release.
Yeah, but that still hasn't come
So
out yet.
it doesn't matter when you're going to release it, you're going to release it.
But
But
it
the
still
edition
hasn't
limitada is not nice to release edition
Yeah,
limitada
that's true.
3 years later after what's the actual band say.
But they always do it the year after, don't they?
That's why I say next year.
2019 came out in late 2020.
Yeah, next year you'll see the both 2021 releases. I reckon this year we still have time for Edmundo Wide Edmundo to come on the market. Maybe if you look at the Amber, maybe not. We'll see.
I
But
doubt the Amber. I doubt
Yeah,
it.
that's
Let's put it this way. I'm not holding my breath for it. I'm not sat here thinking, oh my god, when they're gonna release it. I'm just like, when they release it, they'll release it, and then I'll look at it when it's actually available to buy. So if it comes on the Monte Fortuna website, then yeah, I'll take a look at it. But until then, it's gonna be like, well, it's gonna be a while, isn't it?
okay. So what else happened today?
I don't want to say. Nothing
I'm
happened.
gonna say it.
No, okay.
I'm a guy without
let me say
scruples.
it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in the second half. of the
Okay.
video. We'll get to that.
It's
in the
very
second
interesting thing, guys. It's a theory of conspiration.
half. Theory of what?
What is the English word?
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy
I
theory.
use other language, so pardon me.
Why are you saying pardon for, man? You speak more languages than I do. I just didn't understand you for a second.
Yeah, nobody understands me. Just myself, I make up word
All words are made up.
by a smart guys, not from me.
Listen, man. Whoever invented the word penjod was not a smart guy. Anyway, moving on. New humidor. That new humidor that came out. Did you see that massive Cohiba humidor?
No.
No? Every year they have like a massive jumbo humidor. That they
Yeah,
sell.
again for a
Yeah,
3 million.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I don't have time.
Guaranteed. That's some money laundering going on there.
Well, always on the auctions, Habanos say that a lot of money go for the child hospital. So I don't. If that's true, if they go for that kind of
then that's
poor
great.
people, I don't mind if the humidor go for 5 million.
Oh, in
There's
that
plenty
case-
of rich people which don't mind. They don't donate a lot, but they pay money for that kind of stuff. Which basically, if they
In that case,
if they
well
go for
done
the
to
kids,
Habanos.
yeah, well done.
Well done to Habanos for doing something like that. If it's going there. Then
Yeah,
well done.
that's a rumors I've heard. I don't know.
Is
Are
it
they
rumors
true?
or has it been verified?
Maybe it's been a verified. I'm not been, I'm
Any
not
official
massive
source?
Habanos follower and anything, so I don't follow all the news around Habanos. It's just the main stuff.
There's a lot of rich history there, which I think you know about, but you don't follow the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah,
Okay. But that humidor does look pretty special, and yeah, I don't think any of us are going to be able to afford that anytime soon. 3-4 million easy.
unless we hit on the Euro Millions,
Nah,
but we need to start playing first.
yeah, that would help. None of us play it.
If Euro Millions could sponsor us with winning tickets, that'd be great.
Yes. Oh, if Euromillions just sponsored us.
If we just have a winning ticket each.
Yeah, winning ticket. We all win 50 quid.
Euros.
Yeah, 50 euros. Even worse. Habanos event. One thing that they do really, really well is their marketing. Like their videos.
Agree.
Oh,
Agree.
their
I
videos
was-
were killer.
Literally the first 2 minutes when
Yeah,
they start.
it just kind of hit. I was like, damn.
The animation camera from the drone, the Cuba, the Havana, all the buildings, the lady who walk in, I say, whoa, that's look amazing. Even when they start the first studio with the presenter there.
Or is it Yanaris?
Yeah, the lady, I don't know her.
Mm.
So that lady presenting the stuff, the old animation around, the 3D, the actually looking like touch screens, and that's look awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well done to the creative
Well done
guys
for
there.
they had an FPV drone going through the country, didn't they?
I don't know. I've been driving around to Scarborough and back all day.
Okay. Like the drone was moving very fluidly through everything. So there are a couple of different types of drones. Like if you watch normal drone footage, it just goes. Yeah. Those are kind of like just a standard movement drone. But then there's a different kind of drone which is called an FPV drone,
First person view.
drone,
It's like you're a bird
basically.
or a helicopter.
Basically, and if they used to be custom designed, custom made drones, but then DJI came. I'm sorry for the camera rant, and Ray's completely switched off already. But FPV drones, they move in a way more fluid way. You can do kind of movements which are almost impossible for normal drones, and that's the kind of footage they produced. Looked amazing, looked incredible. Marketing on that one, oh,
Hands down for that.
hands
It's-
down. That first video that hit. In fact, all the videos that they produced.
You can't believe that's actually a very poor country, and usually because Habanos is basically country.
Their GDP is actually not bad considering their population.
Well, it's relatively poor country, and you're not expecting that kind of production. But I was when today the show start, I was thinking maybe because they don't spend so much into the live event, organizing the live event, to bring all the guests, the dinner, the famous people. Because if you check back in the festivals, the VIP evening usually have some of the best musicians, best actors in the world. They pay that people to come there,
No, but not just that though. If you
so
watch,
they save money from that.
no. If you watch any of their promo videos, if you go onto their YouTube channel, I don't know if you've ever been on there.
No,
If you
I don't watch YouTube. I
just
don't watch
straight
YouTube.
never.
I don't have money to pay YouTube, guys. I don't watch it.
It's free.
Is it?
We're on YouTube
I
now.
haven't got the internet in Bulgaria yet.
So if you watch any of their videos, right?
I'll tell you something. Bulgaria, you mentioned. Bulgaria have one of the fastest internet in Europe.
There you go. Shut up.
Also stop your phone from vibrating.
So if you watch any of their old videos, similar level of production. So what's the last cigar that they released?
Who?
Primeros. Year of the Ox. Hoy de Montreal, I think.
Yeah, the Chinese edition.
Yeah. The Year of the Ox one. They
Probably.
released that one. Marketing video on that one. Excellent. Really high-end production. And they do that on pretty much all of their videos. Definitely shot in Spain.
No idea.
It's my phone, sorry. Sorry for that.
You need to see, guys. You need to see Alex's face when
I
that.
swear the noise came from over there.
Man, it's
I
not.
know
It's
who
not
it
my
is as
phone.
well.
It's not my phone. It's Usman.
But their marketing.
Are we saying the bad stuff about the Habanos? We start
No.
ranting.
I'm trying to avoid it.
No, avoid it, man. I'm gonna tell
We'll
it.
do
If
it
you
in the
don't
second
say
half.
say it's my responsibility, I'm gonna say it. I'm not afraid to, you know me. I'm a
No,
direct guy.
I'm fine with it.
We promise to be independent media, and we will tell what we're thinking.
I'm gonna
And
say
that is not right, in my opinion.
I don't personally. I'm not that bothered by it. I just find it a bit funny.
Well, yeah, but it's a lot of people think that's not what happened actually, but it's
Yeah,
actually.
we'll discuss that. We're definitely gonna discuss that. There's no. I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll drop the bomb later.
yeah, we're kind of like. I mean, I'm acting like I'm pussying out out of it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna definitely talk about it because this is something. I mean, it's not even something that I'm like annoyed about or something that I think is. Well, it's a little bit shady. It's a little bit shady, but we'll get to that because there's a lot of other things I want to talk about as well in the event. And before we get into the press conference, which is what we want to talk about, let's talk about the actual event itself because I missed a big chunk of it at the beginning.
I watch everything.
You watched everything, didn't
Yeah.
you? I went back and watched it with the Yannis's presentation and everything, and subtitles. Oh my god, I hated watching subtitles. I mean,
They're automated.
Hmm?
They are automated.
no, but I just hate watching videos where you just got to read the subtitles.
Yeah, but it's a Spanish line. You know,
yeah, but
I'm not.
they had like a translators for the other sections.
Did you see the Cigar's perfume?
I've seen the perfume section. I didn't read anything because, as I say, I
Vigeros
don't have
perfume.
time. There's a.
Vigeros. Who
Yeah.
wants to smell like a Vigeros, man? Bitter coffee.
Well, I'm guessing they
I'm
will
sorry.
be they will be purely for the market for the people which using shea butter to everywhere. You know, they will
Hey.
use the Vigeros perfume.
Hey, I like Vigeros cigars, man. I'm
I
making
know,
fun of it. But
that's-
I like Vigeros cigars.
I'm promising for your birthday, I might find you a Vigeros perfume.
No, for my birthday, just get me some Trinidad, man. Shut the hell up.
Trinidad perfume? Might be some dodgy one around. I don't know.
Trinidad cigars, man. I want something I can smoke.
You can smoke the
I
perfume.
don't want to smoke.
You can
the
soak the
It will
cigars.
smoke very quickly.
Yeah.
Trinidad. Listen, for my birthday, guys, Trinidad and Coabas, man. That's all I need.
Don't send him any Cohiba. He don't smoke them. Or Monte. Don't say them. Don't send them. He don't like them.
I
He
do.
only likes Gurkhas.
Oh, by the way, I think we're doing the if
yeah,
we
so-
receive it.
To answer somebody's question.
Do you want to mention this? We're gonna probably do the Gurkha night next week.
If the cigars
If
are
this-
on the way, I'm pretty sure they will arrive in this week. So if they arrive this week, next week we will have a Gurkha night. We're gonna ranting about all the good cigars, all the bad cigars, and we talk mostly for Gurkha.
Georgie
see what we're
sent us-
thinking.
Has Georgie sent us ones that he likes?
Or he just finds something cheap and
Oh. So it's not even gonna be a good Gurkha night.
he doesn't smoke them.
Of course he doesn't. He's an
So
intelligent
he
person.
just finds some Gurkhas and send this to us. So we will be like, you know, lab rabbits, and we'll try
Oh my
Gurkhas.
gosh. So Georgie, you don't even like these and you're sending them to us. What? I thought at least he was gonna send us something that he was like, yeah, these are alright. These are smokable.
The guy smokes Cuban cigars,
Yeah,
man.
I
He don't
know.
smoke Gurkhas.
I know, but I just thought maybe I just had that little bit of hope that maybe we'll get something which is at least smokable.
That would be smokable.
I mean, it'll catch fire, but I'm not gonna.
Let's be not judge the stuff before we start in life.
Seriously?
You know? Yeah.
Seriously?
I'm
You're gonna
be,
tell me that now? What happened when I got the Kraken? Before I even touched it, you're like, yeah, shit, bro, you're gonna hate it.
because you asked me for opinion, and I already was smoking it. I haven't smoked that Gurkha, which probably will arrive.
Which one is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, crap.
But yeah, I don't think I'll smoke it because he mentioned me what he buy. I didn't put attention what is it, so I don't think I smoke it. If I smoke it, even it will be a long time ago. So I'm looking forward to try them. Gurkha night.
What happens when you age a Gurkha?
Well, it tastes
Becomes
probably
an old
twice. It tastes twice shit as before. Probably.
Skipper Cigar was asking earlier as
What?
to when Gurkha night was.
Oh, yeah.
Either next week,
Or the
either
week
week after. Depends
So
when the
depending
cigars will arrive.
But basically, yeah. Hopefully next week because we've got a really good video planned the week after. Or we could just switch them around depending on when we get the Gurkha cigars, and then we could take it from there. So next, I'm actually really excited about that other video because we were going to do it today, but then Habanos event happened, so we talked about we're talking about the Habanos event now. But I really wanted to do that video today.
Go back on the Habanos event.
Okay, Habanos event. So
Stop talking other
I'm trying
nonsense.
to, I'm trying to.
You try to
skirt the
avoid.
issue. I'm
You're
trying
not
to
gonna
skirt the
avoid.
issue.
Or why don't we take our halfway? And
Yeah, what time is it? Oh yeah, yeah. What
51
about?
minutes in,
Okay, so we can start taking some questions at this point, and then we'll get straight into the incident, what happened, and the interesting implications of
Yeah.
that. So, what questions have we got?
None yet.
No questions?
You can do a halfway obligatory.
He needs shea butter in the
Sorry,
face.
man. I was just enjoying that for a second. It was like, you know, when you take a draw and all the flavors.
You know,
just,
actually, I can see the shea butter on your face now. It's shiny from
Oh.
one of the sides.
is it?
Yeah.
It's
You're
beautiful, isn't
oily.
it? Mm.
You like being licked by the cat upstairs.
Leave my cat alone, man.
That's how it's looked.
This guy's always, you know, he's never mean to my cat. I can't say that. People are gonna start hating Raiden.
Why? What did I say bad for your cat?
No, that doesn't matter. Okay, so
It's not good cat. You don't smoke cigars.
he wouldn't even go in his mouth, man.
I can bring cigarillos.
No, shut up. Leave my cat alone, man. That's cat abuse.
Now people will start hating you.
That would be. Imagine if you learn your cat to smoke cigars. That would be basically co-host with us smoking cigars
We have
next
our
year.
first question from Skipper Cigar.
Yes, brother.
Go on.
Nivea or L'Oreal moisturizer?
I hate you both. I hate you all. I hate all of you. I hope all your cigars turn into gherkins.
No,
Shut
because
up.
it's not Nivea, it's not L'Oreal. Usman looks like nice, shiny, fancy stuff, so he bought the most expensive one from Amazon, which is probably £75 a jar. I don't know.
It wasn't that.
You know how he's look? He's look like lard.
It did. It's okay. So, right. Here's the thing. Right. I went.
Go buy a cow butter from the shop. It will do the same job, and it's £1 a piece, man. That jar is, I don't know how much. It's look like basically butter or even lard.
That it's what it's called. It's called shea butter.
Why you need to buy a fancy one?
Right, real question.
Wait, let me get into the sponsor. Let's talk about the sponsor first, and we'll get into the question. So, Monte Fortuna Cigars, sponsor of our live video. They've got a huge selection of cigars, both Cuban and non-Cuban. So if you're interested in either side of the equation, you've got plenty of options available.
Unfortunately, they don't have butters.
Shut up, man. One of the things that they do is they regularly have sales and discounts and so on. But the thing that they do, which I really like, is the fact that they put two boxes together and put massive discounts on it. So when you buy two boxes, like they'll have like a 2-pack or something like that. It sounds like a rapper. They'll have like a double pack of cigar boxes, and when you purchase them, you get like a massive discount. So I tend to do that, and highly recommend that. Yeah, Monte Fortuna Cigars. Huge thank you to them for supporting our live stream. Make sure you check out their website, which is linked below in the description. So, first of all, question. What was it?
Real question from Andre.
Hey! See? I can always rely on Andre to bring it back to the subject and not make fun of me. Please, Andre, don't make fun of me. He's going to start doing that, isn't he?
Nivea or no? What did you guys think about the design of the Cohiba 55 anniversary lighters from Esti DuPont?
Honestly, I was bored.
I
about
was
that.
thinking to bring that as well because Esti DuPont released
We
a
were
new
going to
light.
talk about that, yeah.
What I'm thinking, I watched the video. The one thing, actually, I will slightly move backwards. All that new releases of the DuPont. What was the other one they advertised today as well? The cocktail on the end with the Behican. That was pre-recorded videos in YouTube.
We'll talk about that.
So why they not make a live from some studio and someone properly do the stuff? They bring the Esti DuPont director on recorded video, probably recorded months ago. I don't understand it.
I
So
think it's just
you
logistics, isn't
you
it?
organizing a live event, the biggest event in the cigar world.
I think it's just
by
a
many people.
I think it's just a matter of logistics.
It's logistics, but make it properly. You know, like you put in the time slot, 1 hour slot for a half an hour slot for a Esti DuPont, and the video is 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah, but it's not Black Magic, is it? Black Magic do proper live shows.
So what I'm thinking for Esti DuPont, I never own Esti DuPont at all.
You gotta say
I'm not
properly.
fancy.
Wait, no. You gotta say it properly. Estate Dupont.
Esti DuPont.
Estate Dupont.
Okay, posh.
ST Dupont.
ST. No, Saint Dupont.
How was the
Saint
how was the posh
Dupont.
one?
That's not the sound, man.
DuPont made Kevlar, an American chemical firm.
Do they?
Yeah.
So Esti DuPont.
I wasn't that impressed.
I haven't impressed. It's
Do you want to know Andre's opinion?
Wait, let me say mine first because I haven't read that.
yeah. So
Honestly, I really don't like the Cohiba lighters. I think they all look tacky. Every single one of
You
them.
you make a review on the lighters?
The Legrand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
So
got the Legrand.
he make a proper review on the ST DuPont products lighters, and I don't think you've been impressed of them.
I mean, a couple of the ST DuPonts I'm not impressed by at all. But then the Legrand, the blue lacquered version, I really like that. Few faults, but you know, if you watch my full review, you'll know what my thoughts are on that. I really like that lighter. But the Cohiba lighters, every time they produce a Cohiba product, to me, it just looks a bit tacky. They put the price up to some ridiculous amount, and I'm just like, man, it just looks tacky.
Yeah, because they want to be separate from the Chinese ones. Because if you open Alibaba, Amazon, YouTube, eBay, all kind of e-commerce sites, you've seen plenty of Cohiba branded stuff. And a lot of people sometimes think they're legit, even if some of them are not £10, some of them are hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
And they're still not legit. The
But
only legit ones are ST DuPont.
Yes.
That's it. And
Yes.
they released them twice before this year.
But they always look tacky to me. They always look tacky to me because the lighter, the Legrand series, for example, right? It's a decent series of lighters. It's not the best, in my view. I've got one. I love it, but I know that it's not the best considering some of the other lighters that they make, like the Gatsby lighter. I think the Gatsby lighter is way better in terms of like just everything. It's got a proper ping sound. Sounds amazing. Sounds like a music box when you flick it open. It's beautiful. Construction-wise, you could tell that they put some effort into that. And then they got the Legrand series, which I don't know. It just seems a bit half-assed with the way that it opens and whatever. But the Legrand Cohiba series, to me, just looks ugly. That black and whatever. Oh.
Andre reckons ugliest design they could have come up with.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
You know,
That's exactly every time I see Estée Dupont produce a Cohiba series, anything, I just think, oh.
they maybe try to be in line with the new logo of the 55. You know, that dual banded black and
yeah, but still.
You know,
ugly.
I actually like the logo itself. That 5 and 5 inside each other. I like that logo. The black, I'm not fan of the black cover at all. So I'm not. But Cohiba is black and yellow. That's what is it basically. And I don't know.
I like the black and yellow of Cohiba. I like Cohiba branding on Cohiba cigars, on Cohiba cigar boxes. Then it doesn't look tacky. Soon as you put that on an ashtray or a cigar cutter or a lighter, I don't care if the lighter costs 50,000. It just looks tacky to me. It's kind of like.
Speaking of someone who designs things occasionally, right? I think there's ways to put that in without it looking as tacky as it does.
It's just overblown. Like you can have a subtlety to it, right? The whole idea of French design in many cases is there's a certain subtlety to it, and you have this like French company that produces design which is subtle and beautiful, and then you have the Cohiba brand which is just slapped on it, and it just looks it looks like, you know, when you have like a really nice. Imagine if you've got a Lamborghini, and then someone puts a freaking bumper on it.
No, a Lamborghini isn't the one.
Okay.
Because Lamborghinis already look like spaceships.
Okay. Imagine
An Aston.
Rolls Royce, someone puts an extra bumper on it, or puts a spoiler on it.
This man doesn't know cars.
I don't know cars. But you know when someone mods out a car and it just looks ugly, that's what Estée Dupont.
Ugly for you, but maybe good for someone else. So that
No. You can objectively define ugly in some senses.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I didn't check is that Dupont is being limited by some numbers.
Limited edition.
All of them will be. Most of them
They're
will
all
be
hand
pre-sold.
numbered. They're all limited editions.
They'll be gone.
Yeah, they
They'll
will
be
be.
gone. They're collectible pieces.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's going to buy two of
And
them.
I'm pretty sure half of them not going to be used anymore at all. They will be just
There's
in
one
the
guy
pictures.
there's one guy who I actually really like. I'm a fan of his, by the way. I'm a big fan of his. But he's always like showing his Legrand Cohiba lighter, and it's Dutch cigars. Dirk. He's always showing them off, and I'm like, no, it looks ugly, man. Put your other lighter on there. I don't think you know who I'm talking about. He's a really good YouTuber. He owns the LCDAs in Maastricht.
I don't watch YouTube, man.
No, but he owns one of the stores in Maastricht, and I really like his videos. He's actually really, really good. He's got a great YouTube channel.
My cigar is like a smoke machine.
It is, man.
You're going like hazy on there. There was one more.
Go for
actually, there were two more. Both from Skipper Cigars.
it. Go for it.
No, they're not. Sorry. First one was from Doogie. First cigar to buy from Monte Fortuna.
I don't
What
know,
first
man.
cigars
What's
we
your
buy?
budget? What's the first cigar that I bought? I bought Romeo and Juliet.
To buy.
To
Oh.
buy.
So I'm guessing just name one.
Well, they have newer.
Trinidad, man.
They have
if
new.
they've got listen, if they've got any Trinidad cigars, snap them up because they will go quick.
Do what we do on the last order. Check on the. They have special offers.
Yes.
check the
Yes.
special offers. They put the box codes on the special offers.
Yeah.
So we both 2009, 10.
No, I bought them for myself.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah.
2009.
So they've got a vintage section, right? And I got some Monty Open Masters 2010 ones. They've got some 2008 number 3s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So and they're the
Them
same
ones.
price. They're even cheaper than the what they usually sell in them.
They're cheaper than UK.
Yeah. No, I mean if you buy a normal number 3,
No, they're more expensive. These
is it
ones.
more
They're
expensive?
more expensive. 2008.
Still was a decent price, not
It's-
crazy
yeah,
over expensive.
What, £386, I think, for a box of 25. I can't remember. I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
Check the special offers, and they have
no,
age
not the
stuff.
special offers.
Is it not the special offer?
There's a section. There's a drop-down menu. Second to the right, I think. You click on that, and there's a section that says vintage. If you go onto that, they've got some vintage cigars there. They tend to go very quickly, because, like I said, they had the boxes. They had a few boxes of Open Masters, Monte Cristo, 2010s. I just took them. I was like, yep, those are mine, and they taste aged Cubans. That's very difficult to beat. So if you can
10 years is a good age, not 2
10
years.
exactly. It's
10
not crazy
years.
amount of year. It's not a crazy amount of age. So 2008 still very good thin ring gauge cigar. So they're gonna taste excellent. Highly recommend those. Alternatively, if you haven't got the budget to spend that much, maybe look at Vigueros or
Oh, the New World section. They have
yeah,
a
have a look at
Caldwell.
the New World section.
Caldwell's a very good cigars. They have My
Perdomo.
Father, I believe.
They've got
Perdomo.
Perdomo as well.
Yeah. So
Perdomo
all
are
of them are
fantastic.
decent cigars. Go for that.
Perdomo, Perdomo are actually quite good.
What's the-
I've tried 2 now.
What's
I actually
the other
managed to
question?
get. Oh yeah, go on. Next question. Oh, sorry. They've also got Oliva. I like Oliva.
Why does Ray prefer matches?
They feel a bit natural, don't they? They feel good. It feels nice, kind of.
I don't know. I in the beginning when I start smoking, when I have the budget for a crazy fancy lighters, I start with matches because they was available everywhere, and I used to have the tech. I don't know, not perfect technique, but I used to use matches even in the wind and outside. I like the matches. You know, I'm a little bit old fashioned, guys. So everything which is old fashioned, I'm used to use it. So I like old style and everything. And the matches is basically the closest to the old times. The matches.
Nah, man, cedar. Look at this.
Yeah,
So,
but
basically, this is what I used last night, and
cedar, I'm agree, but I can't carry 5 pieces of cedar in my back pocket when I'm going outside. I always
Fair
carry
point.
in a matchsticks.
Yeah.
Which is doesn't require something special, just a matchstick box. And I have a simple lighter usually single jet. If I need to touch my cigar, collect the cigar, I don't want to use the big flame of the matches, I have a simple 2-pound jet lighter cigar.
so whenever I'm going out, I tend to use Zippos.
Fail.
I think it's run out. Nope, it hasn't. So I tend to use Zippos. I love them. They're awesome, and you could just light your cedar with it, and then you light your cigar with it.
Andre was also asking about the Zenith
Zenith watch.
Altamira Cohiba watch. Yeah,
I
Same
like
thing.
them.
I'm just trying to find a picture. I can't tell which one's the old one.
So same thing with that one. I think the Zenith watch, it looks good, but then you've just got that branding from Cohiba, which just kind of takes it down in terms of design, in my view. I just
If you're
don't
fan
like
of
the
the Cohiba, definitely
I
the
love
watches
the
go
Cohiba
for
brand.
it. The watch look nice.
I love the Cohiba brand, but only on Cohiba boxes or Cohiba cigars.
Yeah, though the reason I wouldn't buy the Zenith is first of all I don't use to buy that kind of expensive watches,
Same here.
and second reason I hate branded stuff.
Fair enough.
You're not gonna see me wear a branded T-shirt, branded jacket, hat. It's a branded, but the brand is not visible. So all my shirts and stuff, the brand is not on the pocket. It's not.
Yeah, I don't want to be a billboard.
Some
Same here, like
people
this is-
walking with the polo, Ralph Lauren,
What's that new brand? Which it's not a new brand, but everyone keeps wearing it. Balenciaga.
Balenciaga,
Oh my
exactly.
God. That's so freaking.
I don't like that kind of stuff. That's why the watch is not. I like the design. I like how it looked, but I wouldn't buy it.
Where's the Supreme cigar?
What's the Supreme
You
cigar?
know Supreme, the brand that everyone used to wear.
Oh no! Someone's gonna make a Supreme cigar eventually, isn't it? It's gonna tag that on. Oh my gosh. Any other questions?
No.
No. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about
Going for the press conference.
press conference. So
the most interesting part for me personally, because I'll start it. You can.
No, let me start it. This
Okay,
is what
go
happened
for
to
it.
me.
Go for it.
So I'm not going to give any names. So with the press conference, what happens is you submit questions, and then you submit questions, and when
Maybe
you go
I need to explain how I text you today.
Yeah,
because
so-
that was the surprise.
So when you go onto the press conference, you obviously need to be part of the press to be to be able to get into it. And I don't think we're going to get invited to the next one now because we're going to say this. But with the press conference, you submit your credentials or whatever, and then you get access to the press section. So Ray and I got in, obviously through Cigar Rants and whatever, and they vet you and make sure that you're someone who they want in the press conference. And then you have, when you're actually watching the press conference, there's two CEOs who are talking, and there's a translator who's talking. Obviously, you're not hearing them talk; you're hearing the translator talk. And basically, my question was the first question that was submitted.
One.
Was it? No, it was the first.
It's the first. Yeah,
It was
it's
the first question. It was the first question, right? So I'm watching it, and then my name comes up, and you say, "Oh, Usman, this first question is from Sonder Creative." I'm like, "Sonder Creative? That's for photography. That's got nothing to do with anything." But I was like, "Okay, fine." And Ray was like messaging me like, "Why'd you put Sonder Creative for?" I'm like, "I didn't. I said Cigar Ads, but for some reason, Sonder Creative went through." And from Sonder Creative, from Usman Dawood, and then he asked the question, and I never asked that question. And what I realized was all the questions that are asked are not actually real questions. They're just Habanos asking themselves questions that they've determined themselves. Like, I don't know anything about the regional markets or anything like that. I know nothing about that. I can't remember.
Some original market.
I've got it recorded.
You can quote it, yeah. But basically, I asked few questions. None of them been. And in some moment they say, "Oh, we don't have any more questions, so we will conclude the press conference." And basically, yeah, I asked three questions. None of them been released.
So,
and my opinion.
Shall I play this?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I didn't know what you said there. Yeah, let's not do it this way.
No, we can just play the audio.
Okay, fine.
Usman Dawood from Sonder Creative.
Hey.
You've mentioned in the conference the top 5 market, but can you tell us how the markets have performed at the regional level?
I don't know.
And yeah,
You've
basically
mentioned- wait,
same
you
moment when
mentioned what?
same moment when the question come
Like
up,
Ray was.
I just text him and say,
Did
"What's
you
that
ask-
question?"
What the hell are you on about? I'm like,
What's
I
that?
don't know. It just came up. So I didn't submit any question, but he just kind of like, that's the question that was submitted on my behalf. And then I realized, wait a minute, the whole press conference is probably pre-recorded, or it's just questions that Habanos is asking themselves to make it sound like they're having a press conference, but it's not a real press conference by any means. It's not a real press conference.
I'm 100% sure that was pre-recorded. As we're talking about it,
Yeah,
it's looked like pre-recorded. The guys,
all the answers that the person was giving were practiced. It's like he knew exactly what questions were going to come through. He knew exactly.
That's not completely uncommon in a press conference. Sometimes.
But it's supposed to be
questions are
live.
Pre-submitted.
Okay,
supposed to be
pre-submit-
live conference.
Yeah. So sometimes questions are pre-submitted for press conference.
That yes, but this was a live
Yeah.
where you had the section underneath to ask questions.
Yeah.
And Usman didn't ask the question. I asked 3 questions. None of them being submitted.
I tell you,
When they
I
say
did ask one question though.
we don't have any more questions, and I say, "Come on, guys! I sent 3 questions. None of them even been raised up."
Do you know where your questions went? Recycle bin.
I mean,
there's a digital freaking shredder where the questions go in.
So maybe next year we were not gonna be part of the
We're not
Habanos
going to be part of
Festival.
that. We're going to
but
be kicked out.
we promised to be. We was thinking, do we need to mention that in the live? We have a pretty much small audience. I don't think anyone of Habanos will watch it. Even if they watch it, I'm pretty staying behind my words, and I know what I see, what I send, and all the stuff we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a nothing but love for Habanos, but this one thing is a little bit shady, because
I mean, I'm a card-carrying journalist, right? That
Yeah.
That makes me a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, if it is,
It's not exactly a democratic country, though, is it?
imagine if someone decide to dig into the questions, who ask and the names. So someone will reach out to you and say,
What do you think about the regional markets? I don't fucking know. I don't know what region they're talking about. I don't know which conference was the market or wherever, this and that or whatever. I have no clue. I'm some numpty with a freaking cigar. I don't know what they're talking about. But apparently, I'm a very intelligent individual who knows what's going on with the markets for Habanos and where they're doing really well and where they're not doing really well. Clearly, I'm that person that's going to ask that question.
so yeah, we will say it before. It's a country operated, government operated company, which been dictated.
I get that, and I know I don't have a major issue in that regard. Okay, fine. They've got a particular way of doing things. Fine, whatever. I'm not gonna.
Why they pretend then? That's my issue. If they say we have a Q&A session, we already have pre-recorded 10 questions, 5 questions, well, that's the answers. Why they say it's a press conference? You can ask
Which
questions.
is a live press conference.
You have a section
where you can ask questions. Yes.
So that was the issue with me. With all the.
Why have the whole ceremony about it?
Exactly.
There's no point. You don't have the theater about it. Just do what you feel is going to be exactly what you want to do, and then you don't have a risk of any of this nonsense coming out because loudmouth knobheads like me are going to talk about this shit.
Okay.
We knew it wasn't your question because it didn't end with in it.
There was no bro in it. That's racist, by the way. Okay, what are you trying to say?
Well, Ray, you have a compliment.
Am I?
Yes, have a compliment. Ray, this is from Dimitar Totsev.
What's my compliment?
Dimitar is friend of Georgie.
Also, he's got to compliment you, but not me, huh?
Yeah,
What's the compliment?
You don't get one.
Okay.
Ray, thank you for your advice for pairing tequila with cigars. I tried Man of War Armada by AJ Fernandez with Cincoro Reposado tequila. It was amazing.
Perfect. Can't say anything. I might don't know everything. I might don't know everything, but the stuff I know them.
I agree. Now throw me a compliment. My ego needs. I can't even finish that.
I throw you a compliment. You look shiny.
I look shiny
because of the shea butter for £50.
Look at this. Look at it. Look at my bum fluff beard. Oh.
You put the moisture on the beard.
Somebody was asking if you shave your chest. I forgot about that.
No, man. It's like.
No. We don't need it out.
No. Okay. Baby, I'll show you later.
Let's not go to the intimate stuff because we will be banned for nudity and etc.
No, these are male nipples. It's fine.
Doesn't matter. Some people can be offended.
Oh, damn.
Another topic from the festival.
No, I want to talk about the press conference again.
Okay, go on. I think you finished with that.
No, it's a press conference. I mean, you have I think that as you said, Alex, you're a card-carrying journalist, right? When you have press conferences over here, if you've got a live press conference and you're asking questions, how does that normally happen?
Well,
you just ask questions, right? And if they don't like the question, they don't like the question.
Maybe they like some of the people and they say you ask your questions,
yes.
And
so
etc.
Generally speaking, the people hosting the press conference will choose who asks the questions.
Yeah.
And they will know the people. And sometimes at some press conferences you do have to pre-submit questions which you then ask, a bit like
to be prepared to answer them.
Time. A bit like question time.
Yeah.
So they will have seen them before potentially.
So they have some ability to prepare for some things, and
but at the same time, and this is why not to bring the C word back in, but when the COVID press briefing started, the fact that people weren't in the room with them, this is part of the thing that got our backs up a little bit. We weren't, there's a lot of opportunity for that to be played with and manipulated. So with press conferences, you generally have people in the room. You
of course. Well, we were in the room. We were in the room.
Well, do we know that?
Well, I was in the room.
Do we know it was live though?
Oh no, we don't know if it was live. We were in the press room though.
There was a people which don't have access to that. I know because I talked with a few other people. They say we can't go into the press section because we're not registered as a press.
Yeah.
So we both been. We can comment and stuff.
We can't talk to one another. We can only see the press conference and then submit a question. But these questions that we're submitting whilst the show was live and going on, those questions were just going straight into the shredder. No one was reading those questions.
And they say something actually, which I'm looking forward to the next few days. They say all the questions we didn't able to answer, if you have some, we will answer them on the email. So I'm looking forward to my 3 questions now.
They're not going to answer your question, man. They don't want to talk to you, Ray. They don't want to talk to me. They told me what question to ask. And I didn't even have a choice.
And how I should start liking Habanos then?
Listen,
I won't.
it's got... I don't know if it's something that...
Just a comparison.
Okay, let me put it this way. The people in the country, I don't blame any of the people by any means.
No, the Habanos itself, not the people.
But
people
Habanos
are just
is,
small
Habanos is still
people.
operating. But Habanos is still operating under the rules that they've been given, right?
But if you organize in that event with that press conference,
let me put it this way. Hunters of Franco is clearly linked to Habanos, right? Hunters of Franco has a very different modus operandi or whatever when they work within the UK. They will have a different way of operating because they operate under different rules.
That's in UK.
Yes.
Imagine if that press conference starts happening in UK. They will be raving. Not only we were ranting, everyone were ranting about it.
But they're operating under different rules. They've got more freedoms.
I don't know. Don't do it if you can't do it properly.
I agree with that. I think that if you can't do it properly, then don't do it in the first place.
Yeah. So just an example I was planning to give. At the moment, there's also Nicaraguan festival is happening at the moment as well. Start a few weeks ago. Every second Monday of the week, there's a Zoom session with some of the producer from Nicaragua talking
for different. Is the junior ambassador involved in that as well?
It was not as a guest, but there was a session talking for the soil, for the leaves. There was a session talking.
Is not linked to it.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo.
He was guest, but he wasn't.
He wasn't speaking or anything.
No, he wasn't speaker.
Okay.
So
I like him. He's a really cool guy.
The speaker was basically people from Nicaragua. There was a blenders. Last session was a master blending session. You can ask questions for blending, etc., etc. And it's a 3-hour session. Any questions you want to ask, it will be asked.
Yeah.
So you pop in the questions. It's a live session. The person on the other side, doesn't matter, is a blender, is a producer, is a
Can
chamber.
other people see the questions?
Everyone can see the
that's
question.
the thing. Okay, so here's the thing.
You can either type the question. You can either raise the hand. So if you raise the hand, nobody knows the questions. They give you the word. They give you the mic.
So here's the thing, right? In the Habanos press conference, although we were in the same room, I'm going to say room because it was like we were in that press where you have to log in, and if you've got press credentials, then you can go into that section. So we were in that room together. Ray's there, I'm there. We know we're both there, but we can't see each other. We can't see anyone else that's in the actual room. And there's only one little slither of a section there which says submit your question. That's it. You can't see what anyone else has submitted. You can't see if anyone submitted any other questions. You can't see anything but the press conference. And even after you submit your question, it doesn't go into a chat or anything. It's just gone. So there's no, there's no transparency.
Yeah, transparency. Yeah, that's the correct word.
There's no transparency with any of the discussions that you're having or anything like that. It's completely sealed. It's completely closed off. There's nothing that you can have. There's no way to have a proper conversation. And once again, I kind of get why, but it's also a little bit shady.
It also it damages credibility. It risks damaging your credibility from the standpoint of anyone who thinks they're asking questions.
Yeah.
Or wants their questions answered.
Because not a single question I'm now doubting any of the questions because all of the questions seem like very particular, specific questions that are asked in a manner which are just bloating or bloating the idea of Habanos and how well they're doing. Because that's what the questions were, right? My question was, marketing, how well are you doing in the regional marketing, in the regional markets? Oh, we're doing really well in the regional markets. Look at these numbers. But, whatever. They didn't show the numbers, but I'm just saying, these are all the numbers. We're doing this. Let me
say this as well, right? I am sure that there are people at Habanos, CEOs, anyone really, that could answer live questions perfectly well and really well.
Absolutely.
And it would give so much better impression.
My question actually, one of the questions I pop up there was, is the Habanos plan to do some kind of virtual sessions, live sessions on Zoom, Teams, etc., any other software, where you actually people be able to meet some of the people in the company and ask them some questions or have a chat with them even. As every other company do that on, especially in the COVID stuff at the moment. Every other company, doesn't matter if it's even Gurkha, have events with representative there where you can ask questions. They have an interview. They explain stuff, the plans for the future, the sales, everything. Every company do that at the moment. Some companies even every week. I've been on sessions with some people for 10, 12 times already in the past year with the same people. So basically, every week they're in a different media. They're talking about whatever you want to ask them. It's just that transparency is completely visible in most of the other companies in the world, but not in the Habanos.
Like, for example, with Gurkha, right? We say a lot of crap about Gurkha, and a lot of it is like just childish poking with a stick. It really is. It's not like we're genuinely against Gurkha, the company, because the company, employs a vast number of people, and they're clearly a big part of the cigar community. And as Ray is a fan of anyone in the cigar industry, and so am I. So although we kind of make fun of them, we're not going to disrespect them. If we're talking to them, let's say we go to a press conference and we have a conversation with them and we ask them questions, we're not going to be little 7-year-olds who be like, oh, how could your cigars are so shit? That's not the kind of question you would ask, because you wouldn't talk like that to a person, right? That's not how you talk to someone. You talk to someone with a degree of respect and a degree of composure, and that's how you'd expect to talk to anyone in Habanos. That's how you'd expect to talk to anyone with Gurkha. And it's the fact that Gurkha is open like that, with that, they're doing their thing to kind of have a discussion, have some communication, have some connection with the industry, is a huge deal. And I respect that. I have a great deal of respect for that. As much as we make fun of them, it's coming with a hint of love. It's not coming with like, we hate Gurkha for no reason and whatever and this and that. Because, we're literally having a Gurkha night. Do you know what I mean? So, with Habanos, I think that they should have better transparency. They should have a more open discussion with their customers. We buy their cigars. We buy so much of their products. We're customers of theirs for long term. People have been customers of theirs for literal decades. Last person that left a comment on one of our videos was saying that he's been smoking cigars, mostly Cubans. He smoked like loads of New World as well. But he's been smoking cigars for like 52 years. 5 decades he's been purchasing Habanos cigars. And the fact that Habanos, this is just one person. I'm not even talking about the whole market in general. And I think that Habanos should have a certain degree of openness with its customer base, especially now that there's so much more competition, especially now that you've got fantastic cigars from so many different regions. The transition is happening.
And so much more access to your customers.
Exactly. It's not like you've got an excuse. It's not like, oh, we don't have the internet connection.
Yeah, but the figures on the end dictate that. They sell everything. Doesn't matter what crap they...
But that's the point I'm making.
So everyone telling their cigars are plucked. They have a quality issues. They have all kind of stuff. You can't find... The prices are crazy expensive. But they sell them. All of them. Doesn't matter how many plucked cigars you have. People still buying them. Still collecting them. Probably that's the main reason why nobody of the company basically
but here's
care
the thing.
about it.
But here's the thing though. The transition is happening. When we had that discussion with a couple of people, senior people within the industry who know about the markets and who know what they're talking about, they've already discussed how the transition is happening. Younger people who are coming into the industry, who are coming into smoking cigars and so on, are predominantly smoking New World cigars. Now, if that transition is happening for the younger generation now, in about 10, 15, 20 years, that is going to have a major, major impact on the percentage values between Cubans and New World cigars.
Let me tell you something. I'm in a few different groups of small groups in chat groups with other aficionados and stuff. I've been involved in a group last week where they discuss about the Chinese market, which later we might go for that, which basically at the moment is the market number 1 for Cuban cigars. And there was a few people there and say there's I would say it consortium or maybe 5-6 Chinese businessmen, very rich people. All of them came as a idea with to create a corporation or something, and basically they say to Habanos, we are ready to buy whole your production for the next 10 years. The whole Habanos production, 120 million cigars.
Wow. Incredible.
They say that we are ready. If you're okay for that, we can buy everything for the next 10 years. Doesn't matter the price. You pull the prices. Limited edition, Grand Reserves, edition limitadas.
So they're going to dictate the terms to the.
So they
to
say
the
if you're okay for that, we pay for that. Imagine that. So why do you think Habanos should be worried about that transparency and stuff? They already have people which will buy everything what they produce.
That's true. That's true.
So
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
I guess
they don't want to go deep because they know their issues. They know their problems.
But the thing is, okay, I know that I've talked about this before. I'm not concerned about the issues in like construction and all that because personally, as much as it happens, for me, it happens with New World cigars as well. It happens about the same frequency for me. Construction issues and so on and so forth. It happens about the same frequency across the board. And so on that basis, I never ever hold that against them. But it's still a perception. It's still a very real thing that people have a concern about within the market. It doesn't matter if it's something which is quantifiable or not, because it's something that customers believe. Address that. Talk about it. Be transparent about your production. Talk about how you produce these things. Maybe, you know, and I as you said, but wait, let me finish. But as you said, because of the fact that their products are selling and they have no concerns in that regard, maybe they're saying, oh well, we don't need to.
And they're a communist country. I've been living in a communist country. I know how much the censor is in there. And
I mean, China's a communist country.
They dictate
Cuba's
everything. You know, what the government say, that's what is it. And the government don't want to expose his bad side. So you know the negative side of the coin, basically. You know, it's.
I mean, no government wants to do that, but you have some degree of transparency in a democratic state. With a communist, I mean, China's a communist nation, Cuba's a communist nation, so there's that symbiotic relationship which is going to work. It's going to be effective. They operate on similar terms, which makes sense. But when you're operating with a democratic state, like if we were making these comments in a country which didn't have as much freedoms, then maybe there'll be implications for that.
Maybe.
Or more significant implications.
Maybe.
Right now we might get banned from Habanos events. Fine, you know, it's a shame that happens.
Especially because we're saying this for Habanos' benefit.
Really. Yeah, we want Habanos to do well. I'm a fan. I'm freaking smoking a Cuban cigar right now. I smoke predominantly Cuban cigars, and you know Ray keeps making fun of me about that. But he doesn't do it in like a mean way. Ray does it in like a poking. The way that we make fun of Gurkha, that's how Ray makes fun of me about Cuban cigars or my freaking shea butter. So, but clearly there's like love for Habanos and the product that they make. We're big fans. Alex smokes a lot of Cuban cigars. Ray smokes a lot of Cuban cigars as much as he doesn't want to admit it on camera.
No, there's nothing. People which follow me in Instagram,
yeah, true.
I put all my cigars I smoke in Instagram.
Like, what was the cigar you smoked just before that one?
Yeah, I smoke San Cristobal La Fuerza. I smoked it before the show today. So I smoked Cuban Davidoff last week. Two Cuban Davidoffs. Last week we have some music in here. I smoked, so last week I smoked two Cuban cigars. This week I already smoked one. Maybe I'll smoke another one by the end of the week. So I don't stop smoking Cuban cigars.
Precisely. So we're all fans of Cuban cigars. As much as we might critique, you know, certain brands or whatever and this and that, we're clearly fans of the cigar industry as a whole. You know, Gurkha is a classic example of a company that we make fun of. But guaranteed, I think if we had a conversation with Gurkha, I think they'd be more open than Habanos. I think they'd be more open to discussing things than Habanos. And what the hell was that you just played?
That music, right? So MS.
I thought we're supposed to be professional.
Listen. I was doing my research, okay? MS says, he says something positive about the Habanos event. He says it was better than the My Father Cigars website. And Andre also says all the Fuentes website. So I thought, okay.
Yeah, because they've got massive budgets in comparison, haven't they?
What does the My Father Cigars website look like? Oh, let's have a look at that. Oh, look, auto playing music.
Oh,
Great.
God. Listen, my father, turn that shit off. Rule number 1 on the internet. Don't have auto playing anything on your website. That's like, what are you, stuck in the 90s?
I don't know how it looks other than that because I turned the tab off. Andre says the Fuente website. I haven't looked. I don't want the same thing to happen.
Well, some websites are fancy, some not. Basically, they're not relating their websites for selling stuff.
Okay, Berkshire
They
Hathaway.
relate on different kind of.
Berkshire Hathaway is a classic example of not a poor website, of a very, very non-fancy website. Berkshire Hathaway is Warren Buffett's website. Have you heard of Warren Buffett?
I know it's a guy with a lot of money.
Yeah. So Warren Buffett's website, the most non-fancy website possible. But guess what? Doesn't have auto-playing music or auto-playing videos. There's no bullshit there.
I like music. I like auto-play
I like
music.
music, but if you have auto-playing music, it's just bullshit. Turn that shit off. Let me put my own music on. Imagine if you're listening to your music and then that da-da-da-da comes out. Get pissed off, man. Oh, annoys the hell out of me. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot today. Why am I the only one that swears?
Right. I would say to move a little bit forward.
No, I'm stuck on this one, man.
You can. I think we are about hour and a half already in the show, guys. You can start flagging questions if you want, because soon we'll have again Q&A session. Until then, I think we have one more topic into the festival to slightly discuss a little bit, and that is market. So they mentioned the best market in the world at the moment, China. The other four actually surprised me a little bit. So they're Spain, France, Germany,
Why
and
did Spain
Switzerland.
surprise
No, surprised me. The rest of them,
Really?
oh yeah,
I'm not surprised by Spain, France, and Switzerland.
and
Switzerland.
Germany.
Think about how many Montefortuna is based in Switzerland. They're based in Spain and Switzerland.
I'm surprised in that UK is not there.
I'm surprised by UK's not there.
So that was my biggest surprise. UK is not there, and you know, also my other surprise was Asian countries like Middle Eastern countries. Why they're not there as well? Like Dubai,
The Arab Emirates.
So they have a lot of people buying from there. You know, they're rich people there.
But
So
but do you know what they do? They buy EMS.
so they not buy from their countries.
They do, but they like the really rich.
Okay,
people
if they
tend to
buy from
EMS.
EMS, why UK is not there then?
True.
Even the Chinese people come to the UK's auctions
They
and
do.
buy them from here. So why the UK is not? That's surprising me, you know, because
surprised by that as
despite the prices in UK, they're way more expensive than everywhere else in Europe, but still, London is probably one of the capitals of the tobacco in the cigar industry at the moment. You know, lounges, and all the people know about the Asian old lounges and the reputable.
It's huge in London.
It's
almost any fancy hotel you go to in London will have some connection to the cigar industry. Almost every fancy hotel, they'll either have a lounge or a terrace, or they'll have their own humidors. They'll have a terrace specifically for cigar smokers, and they will have their humidors as well. Like the Mayfair Hotel, you know, the ones that we go to normally, because they don't have a cover charge, because we're cheap.
Not the ones we stay at.
We don't stay
Point
there.
that out.
Yeah, they in the beginning of the presentation today, they bring greetings from some people around the world. One of them was the Hunter San Franco director, the lady, I forgot her name already. But UK is not
She's a bit of a badass, isn't
UK
she?
is not even in the top 5. As I say, it's very surprisingly for me. With some great collectors from UK, all the retailers, collectors, and UK is not there. I don't know. It's weird for me. I get the Spanish market. I get the Switzerland. Germany, I think Germany have a lot of New World selections there, which slightly
Huge.
surprising me why the still Cubans are way more popular. And France has always been surprised for me.
No, France and Germany, although they've got a lot of new worlds going in, it's still about 60-40, 70-30 as a split in terms of Cubans. Cubans are still huge when it comes to those countries. I think countries like Netherlands, maybe the split is a little bit greater.
Netherlands is very New World orientated.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe the split is a bit more split
And it's a
towards New
small
World.
country compared to the all
Oh,
others.
yeah, I'm not saying that,
Well, despite the fact Switzerland is smaller than all that countries in Europe, I don't know.
But Switzerland is kind of like a hub, isn't it?
Maybe everyone buy from there. You know, all the other small retailers buy from Switzerland because of the
Well,
price.
like I said, Montefortuna is based there, and
Well, Montefortuna is just a one shop.
I know, but what I'm saying is like loads of people buy from Montefortuna because they're based in Switzerland, because the prices are going to be so much less in comparison to like everywhere else in Europe. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe the fact that it's
surprise for me was the Middle Eastern and the UK. They're not there. That was surprising.
Yeah.
For me.
That was quite surprising for me as well.
Okay.
Especially Middle East. The Middle East is huge.
Yeah. And getting bigger and bigger.
It's huge for cigars. It's a huge industry for cigars.
You don't have that kind of silly legislations there. You don't
No.
have the banded
We'll talk
cover.
about that though.
Yeah, so you don't have that stuff there. I don't know. I think the price was all right compared to the UK prices.
It's a lot better than UK.
So a lot better. Why? And it's also almost 90% of the flights from here to the Malaysia, Australia, Singapore, they stop in Dubai.
Yeah.
People buy cigars, a lot
Yes,
of
they
them.
do.
I know a lot of friends which they say, oh, I'm stopping in Dubai, I'll buy my cigars from Dubai.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's not much of a flies this last year and the market in Dubai probably is
Are they
shrink a
talking
little bit.
specifically about the last year? They did, didn't they? They didn't
Mhm.
talk about the overall growth.
They talk for the 2020.
So they talked about the markets specifically, which grew the most. And the Chinese market obviously grew the most because it's been growing.
Not the growth. They say the biggest markets.
Oh,
Top 5 of the biggest markets.
so it's not even about growth.
No, top 5 is China, Spain, France, Germany, Switzerland.
Spain doesn't even have that much of a population.
Well,
Who's smoking
There's a
more?
decent. Everyone's smoking. Spain, you
Hmm?
can smoke everywhere.
Yeah, but it's not massive, is it? I mean, look at the difference between Spain and the Middle East.
Well, if you're talking population-wise, Germany is the biggest country in Europe.
Yeah.
Then is UK.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Germany is what, 70 million. UK is 65.
Wow. Spain is 54.
France is probably 60.
Yeah.
And then you come Spain like, I don't know, 40 or 50 million.
That's what I'm saying. Spain doesn't have that much of a. It doesn't have a huge population.
But people smoke more then because the cigars are cheaper. You know, compared to everyone else, Spain is the cheapest market for Cubans. There's not that much crazy rules, you know, and the prices are dictated by the government as well. So in Spain, the prices are the same everywhere. You don't have every shop selling the same price Cubans. They're dictated by the government. That's been for 10, 15 years.
So that's why you have one main store per major city.
Yeah, because you don't need more. Prices will be the same. You know, even if you go in the smallest places in Spain, if you go in the top places in Madrid or Barcelona or Palma or something, they will be the same prices. It's still Spain. That dictated
Except
the
when you
price.
go to hotels.
I'm not entirely sure because I didn't buy any cigars from Spanish hotels.
I did.
But I don't know.
I bought an Open Eagle from Spanish hotel, right? More expensive than UK price.
But who's gonna buy from hotels then?
I was
You
there.
have tabacalera shops in every city.
Yeah, it was closed. I needed a cigar. This is like when I was still kind of, getting into cigars, and it was closed. I needed a cigar.
Last year, yeah.
No, this is like 3-4 years ago. Last year, kiss my ass. I don't know why you think I just got into smoking like cigars like a minute ago.
2.
2 minutes ago. Yeah, in that time, Alex beat me.
How is the comments? How is the chat? Any interesting stuff, guys?
Scott Horton.
Go
Hello,
on.
Scott.
Could you tell Ray, and not Usman apparently, but could you tell Ray my Cuban tobacco seeds are just starting to sprout, so watch this space.
Yeah, we might have a
So
UK
did you say
grown.
specifically not Usman?
No, he just
Well,
said,
piss off then.
could you tell Ray? Didn't say.
We might have someone making actually Cuban seed UK grown tobacco.
Really?
Yeah, I think Scott texted me on Instagram if I'm not mistaken. He mentioned me that, and I say, okay, go for it. And yeah, it will
Scott,
be interesting.
are you going to be rolling your tobacco yourself?
He have some farm or something. He told me.
Okay.
Well,
So are you growing it, or are you rolling it and producing cigars, or are you just producing the tobacco?
I tell him the biggest problem will be to ferment it, the tobacco.
Oh.
You need curing balance and the temperature, which in UK will be a bit problem unless you have huge place where you control the temperature
Oh,
and
that's going to be cost. That's not going to be cost effective.
yeah.
Well, what Scott also asks of Ray.
What am I? Just some dick? No, I'm kidding.
Well,
Has
you smoke
Ray-
cigar for 1 minute.
Has
So.
Ray ever tried the English-made Corvana cigar?
Corvana?
I've heard of them. I haven't tried.
Is it made by that baseball or some sport guy? He made Airy. No, it's not Corvana.
Let's
It's
Google it.
Corvana. I don't remember to smoke them, to be honest, and I don't. That name it doesn't ring any bells. I don't know. I don't know them. I haven't smoked them definitely.
I haven't smoked them.
They seem to be old.
Old? Well, the only English cigars I've smoked, there was a, what is called, white tubes, I think medallion cigars, if I'm not mistaken. I know they've been rolled in London, but the tobacco has been imported from
1950s.
Coronas. Never heard them. Absolutely no idea about that cigar. Sorry about it. Corvana. No. Yeah, the only UK cigars I know I smoked, they're rolled in London. They called medallion, white plastic tubes with the plastic cup. Nothing impressive. Still, you can find them. They're collectible. They're inside in the white paper like Fonseca, that kind of style.
Yeah.
I know they're rolled in London. The tobacco being imported from Cuba. No idea what kind of tobacco, anything. I smoke
What
only
about fermentation and stuff like that?
tobacco being already done,
Oh, sorry,
fermented.
done.
So they
So
just
it's
rolled them
Cuban-
here.
So it's just Cuban cigars.
Yeah,
rolled here.
rolled in UK, and that's the only.
Which company is this?
I think it's called Medallion Cigars.
So they're
It's not
Cuban
exist
cigars?
anymore. Not exist anymore.
Oh.
Well, no, they've been presented as English cigars, but probably in the 70s, 80s, something like that. That's the only example I smoke proper cigar rolled in UK.
So could we theoretically buy our own tobacco and roll the cigars ourselves?
Yes, you can grow. You
No,
can
no,
buy.
buy the actual tobacco from Cuba.
Yeah, well, you need to buy a Cuban tobacco. I think you need to have some kind of connections with the government, or if you want to do it more not legit, maybe you find some farm in Cuba, supply you with some kind of tobacco. I don't know what would be the charges, import charges. Theoretically, you can buy tobacco, you can roll it here, but to roll it, you need
someone who knows what to do.
you need what to do. You need to all the techniques, all the equipment, and to able to
all
produce.
the equipment. You mean a table and a knife?
Well, you need the most important stuff into the cigars, the press,
Yeah.
the
Oh
shape.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So without them, you can't make the Vitoa properly. All
Alex,
that
you
Vitoa.
could carve up a press, couldn't you?
Well, you can buy it. There's a plenty of them in eBay and stuff. You can buy a lot of all them. So even some of the new world producers, they buy some old press from somewhere and they decide to go on that Vitoa. I know Tatuaje do that a few times. Who was the guy which forgot what was the name? Darren Chofi, if I remember what was his cigars. He I think he's one of the biggest collector in vintage stuff into the cigar world. He's very well known for that, and he bought some weird presses as well and make weird shape of Vitoas. But yeah, you need the equipment, you need people to roll it. One roller, well, he make 100 cigars a day because he need to bunch them, you need to roll them. 100 cigars is the best case scenario for a very experienced roller. 100 cigars, if you start making a business, is nothing.
No.
Scott answered your question. He's just seeing if they can grow it first.
Sorry.
He's just seeing if they can grow the tobacco first.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'd love to know where that goes. I want to keep in touch with that.
Yeah, where are you, Scott?
Yeah. Tell us your.
I think he grow just. I know few people which grow some tobacco in the pots.
Okay.
But you need like proper greenhouses and etc. And I know I've been on a Zoom with the guys from Czech Republic or Poland, one of those countries. They say they grown third or fourth year already tobacco, but they grown a lot, not 10 plants or something. They grow a proper land, and the guy even implement technology to cure the tobacco. He make a curing barn, small one, but still curing barn. And he say he planning to start his cigar next year when the crop is 4 or 5 years old, already aged, fermented. So I'm looking forward to keep in touch with
cigars straight away.
Well, that's what tobacco is fermented few years. Maybe the first crops wasn't all because he buys some seeds from different places to try them. Not every tobacco grow because of the temperatures and the mold and the.
So here's the question. So when people age their tobacco, that's one kind of aging. But surely the aging process that occurs once the cigars have been rolled, that's going to be a different kind of aging, isn't it?
Yes.
So
different fermentation. So tobacco fermented in the bales, palones, and sitting in the boxes before they start rolling it. So when they decide to produce new cigars,
because when you create the blend
yeah,
and you roll the tobacco and you create the actual final cigar, at that point, that's when you've got the final aging process occurring.
most of the new world cigars, they age the tobacco,
I know
then
they
they
age
roll
the
it,
tobacco, but
then
I'm
they
talking-
roll it, and they ship it straight away.
Yes.
But it's a perfect to smoke because the tobacco is already been fermented for good 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, etc., etc.
Okay, but the aging process that occurs whilst you've got the cigar fully rolled.
The
is a
cigar
very
never
different-
stop aging.
Yeah, it's a very different kind of aging, which creates that smoother blend.
Yes, because you age them as a blend.
Yes.
And sometimes that's not good. That's why sometimes you lose something from the cigars because you don't blend, you're not aged ligero, seco, viso, or anything. You just age the whole cigar, and the blend is already been implemented, and it doesn't age well because the ligero need more time to ferment.
Yes.
The seco less time, and when they're fermented together, some of them will ferment better. The other leaves not gonna ferment that better.
Yes, that's true. So I guess it depends on what kind of cigar you got that you want to roll and you want to age, right?
So Scott's in Buckinghamshire.
Pretty far.
Although apparently there was lots of tobacco grown in the Cotswolds in the Middle Ages.
No.
Didn't know that. Andre
Interesting.
Andre pointed out a couple of things.
Mhm.
For instance, how something that affected the market last year was the duty-free sale of cigars, which obviously with nobody travelling. And he's also pointing out that we're kind of forgetting the cheap Cuban market, with the short fillers and the tuos and the things that cigarillos and things that sell in gas stations and.
I don't count the cigarillos as a major
But
impact.
they make them a lot of money.
They make, but I don't think the cigarillos make a lot of money. The cheap ones, the short fillers, yeah, the Quintero, the Guantanamera, that kind of stuff. Yeah, they make a lot of money because pretty much most of the new smokers which don't have that money to buy expensive stuff, they buy that kind of cigars and smoke them. But literally, I don't know many experienced smokers which carry on smoking them. For me, they're a beginner smoker. To try them, maybe you fancy them in the
I tried them like way into.
you didn't try them in the beginning. I don't know. I tried them in the beginning myself. I smoke every one of them like few times. I never tend to like any of them properly. Maybe the Quintero is slightly better than the rest, but still I have only 3 Quinteros in my humidor.
I only ever smoked short filler Cubans when I was just kind of like looking into it as a curiosity. So I started off by smoking. My first ever cigar was a Bajica. I got lucky. My uncle. Then after that, I
Very
smoked.
lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. Then I started smoking like a number of Cubans, but then I got into New Worlds, and I was just smoking like a whole bunch of New Worlds, and just for like a good year and a half, I was just smoking nothing but New World cigars. Literally nothing but New World cigars. And then I got back into Cubans, and that's what I kind of stuck. And then I kind of just smoked some of the short fillers as a curiosity, but it wasn't like I was getting into cigars to smoke the short fillers. I was just like, oh, okay, let me try these, see what they're like.
But the short fillers, Andre mentioned they maybe make them money. Well, one decent Cuban cigar, let's not go for the most expensive one, but let's say a cigar, 40 quid? 30, 40 pounds. Very decent Cuban cigar.
Yeah.
For that money, you buy 5 or 10 short fillers. Realistically, that cigar of 40 pounds, literally the cost for that cigar probably $3.
Yeah.
The cost for the short filler is $1.
Less.
50 pence.
I mean,
It's a
Andre
few
reckons
cents.
you're wrong on the cigarillo front.
I don't know. I don't smoke any cigarillos.
But that's kind of the point. We as people who, or as aficionados, as it were, probably aren't going to, but we are probably not the people buying the volume. People who go.
I don't know,
as
but
you just said, people who go out to parties, things. I know personally a lot of people who've offered me a cigarillo.
But cigarillos are what? A box of cigarillos, let's say Cohiba Mini, are 20 pounds, maybe 30 pounds, something. I have no idea. I'm reckoning something like that. It's still all that tobacco. It's probably left over from the tobaccos in there. It's pieces of tobacco.
But
It's
that's
not.
why it makes the money.
Yeah, because the overheads are so short. The overheads are so small in that.
You
They've
can
already paid the cost by producing the larger Ringay cigars from that. Whatever's left over is just scraps. Like you put that together. And make
Yeah,
into
but they
cigarillos.
If you
use.
can make money out of your scraps, then it's free money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you in that way you don't pay people to roll them. You pay machines. Still cost money to machines to work to make the cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's significantly less.
So I think the profit is percentage, and the profit is way smaller than the
no, it's
proper.
not. But I mean, it literally costs cents.
And
Pennies.
they selling them for cents.
No,
Well, they're not selling them for £5 a piece.
£20 for a box of 10.
20.
£2 each,
I don't
man.
know.
£2
Either way,
each cigar.
Like, we probably aren't going to be meeting the kind of people who smoke all of these. I have personally met quite a few people who have, as I say, brought out boxes of cigarillos at parties. And
Are
things
they
like that.
smoke them not like cigars? I know a lot of people smoking cigarillos like cigarettes.
Yeah. they
You know,
probably
just
are.
inhale them
A
like
lot-
cigarettes.
A lot of them are, but that doesn't mean they haven't bought them.
Yeah, but
You know,
how often they bought them?
Quite often.
if they get, I mean, it's a kind of
I don't know any single person which smoke only minis.
Let me put it this way: the cigarette market is far bigger in terms of monetary value than the cigar industry.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't. Andre working in the industry, he probably know better than me. I don't know any single person which smoke only cigarillos. So if anyone smokes cigarillos around me, probably because he don't want to get a big stick, just wants to taste of the tobacco slightly different than cigarettes, and that's why he both when he go out in the pub or something, he get a box of cigarillos, Monte Minis or Romeo Minis or doesn't matter, Cohiba Clubs. He just bought them and smoked them like that.
But they probably are people like more likely to be cigarette smokers, in my experience at least, talking purely anecdotally, more likely to be cigarette smokers who want something fancier to use.
Yeah, exactly.
one of the
Fancier.
others. I mean, there's an image with cigars, right?
That is absolutely is.
As much as we want to debunk that still exists.
Absolutely. You know, every time we go out and smoke cigars, someone's gonna try and talk to us, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
And they wouldn't talk to us otherwise.
No,
I wouldn't.
People are talking with me for my mustache, my hats.
no one talks to you about your
because
hat.
you look fancy, Ray. There you go.
Look at you, look at Ray with his rings and his watch.
Any more questions, guys?
Guess we're coming to the end, right?
Ooh, we've got 34 people viewing. Hello. Let's see if I missed anything. Don't think I have.
Yeah, the guys don't like our topic today. Don't have a lot of questions.
No, I think
They've been listening.
They be-
well,
ooh.
we've got a good audience today. 34 people. That's pretty good.
33 now. Shouldn't have mentioned it.
Whoever left, man, what happened?
Well, they're not there to listen. So.
Find him or her.
um,
Any other questions?
not just yet.
Yeah, next week will be Gurkha night,
Yeah.
hopefully. Then we're talking for silly legislations.
We'll get into the
Yeah, I'm just talking the topics for the next few weeks.
yeah.
And
I'm excited about talking about that one.
eventually, 2 weeks later, we might have another special interview with some of the legends in the industry.
Yeah. So we'll discuss that closer to the date.
Yeah.
Because we've got it confirmed. It's just a matter of like going and doing it.
Which we're going to do.
Yes.
It.
I'll go to sleep in the car.
How is your cigar?
This is actually a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be, you know?
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just hitting me today. I've had a full meal.
You drop it on the floor and maybe the ligero moving.
I shook it too hard.
Mine is not bad. Not that strong as I expected. Slightly burn issues around, but it's a weird blend. Andre Farkas make crazy weird cigars. Yeah. I'm not sure I want to buy another one of those viajes. Not been overly impressed.
I know you haven't asked me, but
No one cares, Alex. No one
I've
cares.
gone through an Al Capone which got really tarry, and then I tried cutting it off, but it's short filler and dry, so it disintegrated. Then I went through most of a Hoya de Nicaragua or something, which then started tasting really weird and not great. So
Oh,
I
the
abandoned
Hoya
that.
de Nicaragua.
It was good. I mean, it did taste so much, but it was good. And now I'm back on one of these 120-year-old things.
What about this one, Alex?
Say it's a prop cigar. He say I'm not gonna smoke it now. He
What
wants
was
to
this one?
smoke it on the live.
We can't lose that prop now.
Shut up, man. Listen, Ray smoked a Kraken. I've smoked a Kraken.
When did this turn on me?
Join the team, man.
I'm not on the camera.
This is the initiation process.
Oh, we got a real question.
Oh, also the Grand Reservers.
We've got 2 real questions.
Go on.
One from Andre. What are the thoughts on the cigars to choose for the reserves and grand reserves?
Grand Reserva, they choose EP2, no EP2, E2, I
Yeah.
think. It's not very
Platicas.
popular cigar. In my opinion, the last few Grand Reserves, what they released last year was something weird again. I reckon they want to resurrect some of the brands.
Well, the Platicas E2 is a good cigar.
How many people choose E2 when they go to the shop?
That's true.
Not many.
That's true. It's not that expensive.
It's good
considering.
cigar,
Mm.
but not an obvious choice.
I picked them actually. But I know what you mean.
No obvious choice, and they just don't want to discount that kind of line. Maybe that's why they bring the Grand Reservas and bring them into there. But Grand Reservas are mostly collectible cigars. They're not never gonna be smoked. You know, I know a lot of people buy Grand Reservas and they don't smoke them, which
I
is
smoke
just
them.
collectible. How often you buy Grand Reservas?
I didn't buy them. I'm not gonna spend that much money. I'm not stupid. Come on. I've got an uncle for that.
And then Dimitar asks, what do you think about AJ Fernandez? I really enjoy all of his collaborations, but I can't find any info about him. Bit of an open-ended question.
I will be honest as usual. AJ Fernandez make better cigars for everyone else apart of himself.
I don't like his cigars.
I never been a huge fan of any of his lines, but I like most of the lines he make for other people. I don't know why, and that's not
I
only
like
my
his
opinion. My friend Andy, we always talking about that. I've smoked most of the AJ Fernandez, not bad. Or usually it's very perfected
Was
made.
AJ Fernandez the one that had the League? No.
No, AJ Fernandez made Last Call, New
Last Call,
World,
yes, yes.
made the Enclave,
When I
Diaz de Gloria.
I went to a couple of stores and they were raving on about the AJ Fernandez Last Call, and a lot of the groups they were raving about the Last Call. I tried it and I was like, this is bland as hell.
No, it's one-dimensional usually for me.
Yeah, it was just
Construction
bland.
is on top notch always. It's one of the best constructed cigars AJ Fernandez made.
Yeah, that's
Usually
true.
perfect. But I found him one-dimensional.
Yeah,
The
it's
last few examples, last year when the Diaz de Gloria was very high ranking into the top 25, Andy bring me one from Amsterdam. It was literally few weeks after they released top 25, and I was now I'm gonna smoke something pretty much up to the rankings. It wasn't in UK. I don't think they in UK at the moment even as well.
What is?
Diaz de Gloria, and I smoked Diaz de Gloria. I say that's awful cigar. I don't enjoy it, and we start thinking about the AJ Fernandez stuff. We buy a lot of his stuff, Enclaves, New Worlds. Never been into any of them properly, but the stuff he make for other blends, other people like Boutique Smokes, Didier Ho and Hageo. I think he make all his cigars with AJ Fernandez. You know, the La Periferida, La Ley. They're amazing cigars,
I haven't tried them.
and they're
I
made
don't
by
think
AJ. So also the Trinidad New World version, I think is very decent cigar. It's also made by AJ Fernandez, which is amazing blend as well. Even the collaboration between AJ and Hochi Blanco, one of the blue band, I forgot what was the Dominicana, Enclave Dominicana, no Enclave, I'm not sure what was the line. It's Dominicana. It's collaboration between them two, and it's better than all other stuff from that line. That's my opinion. AJ Fernandez is not my go-to cigars usually.
Question from Albin Bolt Hansen. Hello, Albin.
Hello, Albin.
Haven't seen you before. Do you think Cuba will produce more Lanceros, or is the big ring gauge here to stay?
Big ring gauge is here to stay.
No chance.
The
for
whole
Lancers.
transition is going towards bigger ring gauges. We're seeing that. We've been seeing that for the last 10 years. They've been producing larger ring gauges for almost every line of their production. I mean, even this year, all of their many of their standard production cigars, like the Cohiba Robusto, we've now got a thicker ring gauge of it. We've got a Monte thicker ring gauge, double Edmundo cigar. We've got a 7x56.
When was last time when they bring new Lancero?
Exactly.
A part of the original editions.
The last time they produced
What was the last Lancero?
La Reina.
Is he not original?
Regional.
No, I mean
No, that's what I mean. No. The last Lancero was a regional.
Yeah, the last 3-4 Lanceros was original.
Yeah, they haven't produced a single normal line production cigar with a thin ring gauge. So I think thin ring gauge cigars It might be on the way. They're not going to be on the way out.
No, they're not gonna stop them. You know,
They're not
the
on the way
Lancero
out, per
always
se.
will be Cohiba Lancero, Monte Special, Trinidad Fundadores. They always will be lying down there and always have his fans. But just the people want, especially the new smokers, wants fat cigars, slightly shorter, not that crazy,
Yeah.
7 inches. And you know, I even few people last week on some of the Zooms, they say, I can't just imagine myself going out and smoking a Lancero.
Why?
It doesn't look, what was the right words? It doesn't look main enough or something.
Manly
you know,
enough.
manly enough, probably. I say, but all day long I can go out and smoke Lanceros anyway.
Exactly.
Not the big stick like, you know, Robusto, Corona, double Coronas or Churchills. Just that what the people say. It's not my opinion.
Churchills are relatively thin in comparison.
As well, another Vitola, which not many examples.
Mm.
You seen the 7-inch this year. It's 56.
56. There's no new Churchills for a long time. And Churchills are great cigars in terms of like their size and width. You know, it's like I think it's like the good balance between a long cigar and a thick cigar.
Just gone over 2 hours. So last question from Andre.
Hey, Andre.
Will we see more fancy boxes for Cuban cigars?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna get fancier and fancier. Every time Gurkha produce a new box, Cuba's like, ooh, we gotta make a fancier one.
They start producing the yellow ones. They
Yeah.
start green ones with the
They've been producing
Ramona
the
ones.
books. They've been producing the
Well, the books are limited editions, more collectible, but they even the Chinese ones are red.
well, the standard production.
The Romeo New Meriva line, they're red as well. Fancy
But you mean like
ones.
the standard line production are going to remain about the same, but it's the generally the slightly fancier cigars that they produce.
They changed the normal lines as well. The
No.
Edmundus, the Montes. Are the yellow boxes on the Monte? Are they not standard lines?
No, that was the Supremos. Limited
It's only
edition.
the Supremos.
Yeah, Supremos.
Yeah, I think Davidoff made the yellow.
And then they made
yeah.
the green, the Zeno
The-
ones, right?
The green is the Ramones.
Yeah, Ramones is the the number 2. That was the green one.
Chinese ones are red. The Mareva are red,
Mhm.
but they are as well. Yeah, they will start moving into the colors and fancy ones. Despite the fact I'm massive fan of the old style lithograph looking boxes with the nice picture of old lady in the fields. I like that kind of stuff.
Same here.
You
And
like old ladies in fields?
hmm?
You like old ladies in fields?
Old picture of the lady in the field.
But there's something quite
Vintage.
Yeah,
I'm vintage fan.
but it looks really good when you pick up a box of Churchill Whites and you open that box up. It has that really nice vintage type of look to it. But it doesn't. The wood isn't as fancy as, let's say, a Travel Humidor like the Trinidad Robusto Extra or something.
Yeah, they mentioned the Trinidad's, the new release on the Trinidad's. The boxes with leatherish
Or that felt.
kind of
But
felt.
that's on their limited editions and their special
Anyway,
releases.
they tend to invest more into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they always
before,
do-
what was the original? What was the limited editions before? Same box
Same
with
boxes.
just another band
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
top.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Edition limitada, another band, another band. The original edition,
Talisman, same thing.
another band. Even the wooden cabinets, the same.
Yeah.
Just another band on the corner. That's
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, they might start making them more for their limited editions and their regionals, but probably not for their standard line production. I don't think.
Because they charge more for them, and people anyway will buy that collectible boxes. They don't really care if the box itself is £50 or £10.
Precisely. So, come to the end then. Well, final word from our sponsor, Monte Fortuna Cigars. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring our live shows. Really appreciate it. Make sure you check out the link below to their website. They've got a huge range of cigars available, both Cuban and non-Cuban. So if you prefer non-Cubans, they've got selection there. If you prefer Cubans, they've got them there as well. I do recommend you have a look at their vintage line. So keep an eye on their vintage lines because they always tend to have a good number of vintage cigars coming in, which tend to go pretty fast. So yeah, make sure you check them out. Link below in the description. And yeah, huge thank you to Monte Fortuna Cigars. Thank you again. And thank you for watching our live stream today. We might get banned from Habanos, but you know, we thought we'd bring you the honesty and just being completely transparent. If they're not going to be transparent, we'll be transparent. and tell you what happens when we go talk to Habanos about certain things. Don't tell anyone. Shh, keep it in the wraps, okay? We don't want to get banned. Yeah. Shh.
Yeah,
Smoke
Next-
cigars.
next year when we're talking maybe more for the Habanos festival, I might be shaved and with a toupee on the head because I don't want people to recognize me when I'm going to Havana and say that was the guy actually which making a run for us.
Yeah.
And
See, I grew a beard just so I can, like, you know.
yeah, I'm
blend
gonna
in a
shave
bit.
myself and I grow hair, not wearing hats. I'm going with the tracksuits, just people not recognize me, of course.
I'll bleach my skin.
And yeah, as usual, smoke your cigars. Don't keep them in the boxes.
Except for
Don't-
Dirkers, don't smoke them.
Yeah, smoke them, smoke all, smoke everything. Stay safe, guys.
Thank you guys. Huge thank you. Really appreciate you watching our live show and hope to see you guys again. Take care. See ya. Drive home safe if you're not home.